right? That's something about coding. Okay. Now going ahead, guys, in order to go ahead and see where you can give the aptitude eligibility test, you can quickly go ahead and log in to your dashboard. Once you log in, since I've already logged in, I can quickly go ahead into the home page. I'll be able to see the step one, which is the aptitude eligibility test. Since I've already attempted it, I can see the eligibility test report here, right? For people who've not attempted it, you will be able to see it on your homepage itself. Okay, now I'll recommend everyone who's here, you can go ahead and once you end today's class, you can go ahead and attempt this test, right? It's a very simple test, would actually take 15 to 20 minutes of your time. Okay, now that should be it. On that note, I quickly hand over the session to one second. Before that, I'll quickly go ahead with the free bootcamp section, wherein you can see the bootcamps as well. So guys, if you're going ahead after today's class, you can go ahead and see this bootcamp page, wherein you will be able to see all the assignments. So make sure you're going ahead and solving the assignments from here itself, right? Here are the videos that you will see for the class that you are going ahead with. And here are the assignments for that particular section. So make sure at the end of each class, you go ahead and solve the assignment. If you think that you will be able to solve all the assignments in the end, that won't be possible. A lot of students try that. So the key is that you are consistent. You go ahead, solve the assignments on a regular basis. And if you've not joined the WhatsApp group, right, which is something that that will get you all sorts of resources, make sure you join the WhatsApp group from here itself. Right, this is the button to join the WhatsApp group. On that note, I quickly ask our co-founder and CEO, Yashwardhan Burar, to join in. Yash, are you here?
Yep, I'm right here. Hey, hi, Shikha.
Hi guys, so this is our co-founder and CEO. He'll be taking over now. He'll be the one addressing all your doubts, and he'll be the one telling you more about how you can get started with coding or pay after placement in general. So feel free to ask him all your doubts, but make sure you're listening as well. That would be a really helpful conversation for you. Over to you, Yash.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Shikha. Hey, hi, everyone. Good evening. How is everyone doing? Perfect. We've got a few more people. Hi, Rafi. Hi, Divya, Atul. Okay. Good to see you all also, yeah. I think equally excited. Okay. Okay, got it. Omkar is here. Ria, Amrutha, Rohini. Okay, hey, hi guys. Good to see you all here. So yeah, I think first day of the pay after placement bootcamp, introductory programming, fundamentals of programming bootcamp, right? So first thing which I wanted to understand and ask all of you guys, right? So where are you coming in from? What background are you coming in from, right? What is your educational background? Where are you joining in from? City, state, anything would work. BTech, we have MCA, we have BE, Hyderabad, Andhra Pradesh, BCA, BE Automobile. Okay, interesting. Again, a lot of backgrounds, BSc, BCA. Perfect. Okay, interesting. Perfect. Yeah, so I think today's session primarily is just to make sure that you are aware of what the tech industry looks like, right? What is needed to actually crack a good job opportunity in the tech industry. Of course, how can AccioJob help and what is the pay after placement process? How can you enroll into AccioJob's programs? What is the ideal program for you? What is the ideal career option for you? Why does AccioJob stand out? Right, everything around it in the next 50 minutes probably, and then you'll have your first session on the introduction to programming with Bhavya, who is going to be your instructor for the next 10 days, right? And Bhavya has been an amazing instructor. I think a lot of student reviews you will find online who have learned from Bhavya. Bhavya has been their teacher, instructor, and a lot of them thank Bhavya that, okay, I learned a lot from you, right? So he's an amazing teacher. I think in the next 10 days, I'm sure you'll be able to achieve two, three things very easily. One, if you're new to programming, right, you'll be able to learn the fundamentals of programming and make sure you are someone, you know that, okay, is programming or coding a good career option for me or not? Am I the right person? Can I crack a good job here or not? Right? I think if you can just study for the next 10 days and learn the fundamentals of programming, you will get a very good idea if this is the right career choice for you or not. Right? Number one. Number two, the next 10 days can help you prepare really well for the coding test and interview, which you will need to clear to get into the pay after placement batch, right? And number three, if you are someone who already has some basic understanding of coding, basic idea, fundamentals of coding, you already know, you can quickly run through the assignments, watch the videos, and brush up all of it and clear the enrollment process and get in. As simple as that, right? Oh, Pushpendra here is super fast. Pushpendra has already done the assignments, given the coding test, and booked his interview also. Wow, that is interesting, Pushpendra, right? So yeah, all the best for your interview on 4th November. I think I'm sure if you've solved enough assignments, you've prepared well for the coding test and interview also, right? But for all the others, right, these next 10 days are essentially for you, right? This is for you to experience what great instructors and teachers and mentors with continuous doubt solving and all the people around you trying to help you learn, right? How much difference can that create for you in just 10 days, right? So if you can stay consistent and learn with Bhavya and Accio for the next 10 days, I think you will feel the difference in terms of how much you have learned across these 10 days, right? All what is needed is 3 4 hours of your time every day, right? And a little bit of practice, a little bit of pushing yourself, that if you are facing any doubts, if you're getting stuck, you need to ask to Accio mentors, ask to your friends in the WhatsApp group, right? I think there is a WhatsApp community for all of you guys where there is a special group where you can ask coding doubts with each other, discuss with each other, and of course our mentors will also help you out there, right? Of course, for the same batch, right now also we've got hundreds of students on the session, right? And all of you guys are I'm assuming majority of you are looking to prepare for the pay after placement process, clear it, get into the batch, become a great software developer with all the upskilling from AccioJob, and eventually crack a great tech job, right? And build a good software development career ahead of it, right? I'm assuming, is this everyone's goal here, or do we have people who are looking for something else altogether? Quickly, let's keep this very interactive, right? So that we can cover a lot in this 1 hour. Right? Okay, perfect. Rafi is aligned. What about the others, guys? You're here to learn fundamentals of programming, crack the pay after placement batch process, get into AccioJob's main batch, right? Okay, perfect. Anyone else who's looking for something else also, I can understand, right? At least how many persons get chances of selection? So pay after placement, of course, is the seats are slightly limited, but there is still enough opportunity for people who are performing well in the selection process, right? So it's not like a clear limit. We are okay to admit as high as 40 to 50 students also. AccioJob runs on a very, I'll of course discuss everything in detail with all of you guys in this session. But at AccioJob, we are very clear that we run only 100 students or less batches, right? We don't take more than that. Out of which some seats we reserve for so pay after placement or semi pay after placement, or like paying the tuition fee and then enrolling, both are just different payment options. You will all be studying together only, right? In the same batch. So every batch is 100 students or less for sure, so that we can personally focus on every student, make sure you are becoming amazing developers, right? Which is super important. And that will help you crack a great job. And we have enough placement partners on board. What is the biggest area where we need to work hard with all of you guys, with students, is that to make you a great software developer, right? Okay. So that is all what it is, right? So if you do really well in the next 10 days, work hard, solve assignments with us, you'll be in a great spot to clear the pay after placement process also, right? Correct. Okay. Perfect. I think everyone is aligned. Harsh, more money. Yeah. Yeah. Because in pay after placement, you're not paying anything initially, right? It is us as a startup. We are a smaller startup, right? We focus. That is why we are very focused on a select set of students, making sure we get them placed and do justice to only these 100 students. We don't want to take 1,000 students. As simple as that, right? But yeah, as a startup, we are investing all the training costs, right? And the training costs are very, very high, right? Because again, uh, the instructor is very different, right? Like you learn from Bhavya, right? Bhavya is a BITS Pilani alumni. He's worked at top-notch software development roles before this, right? He's a full stack engineer himself, right? He has a ton of knowledge. And of course, when such quality instructors come in, mentors available throughout the day for students so that there is continuous help and support, right? Morning 11 a.m. to night 1 a.m. So there is a huge training cost attached as compared to your college professors, right? Or a local offline coaching center, which lots of students go and learn Java and C++ and core Java. I don't know what all people learn, but this lack of industry relevance should be very clear to students, right? So the whole idea here is that, of course, in both the models, we've tried to keep the models, all the payment, tuition fee, everything as student friendly as possible. We take pride in it that we want to be the most student friendly, transparent, clear education institute in the country, right? And the biggest focus for us is to create skilled software developers, get them placed at great jobs, they build a career, right? And yesterday, like I just posted it today morning, right? So I very recently had a conversation with an alumni and he's doing amazing. He got fast track promotion in his job after he got placed through us in a company called Sears, right? And he's saying that I got a fast track promotion versus everyone else. Why? Because I think I was a good software developer, and with Accio, I had learned that I have to learn fast. How can I learn fast, right? And that is something which worked well for us. So the idea is essentially to create great software developers, help you build your personality, your tech skills, help you build amazing full stack applications, right? Not some side project alone, but a good full stack application which is functional, with users can use it, right? That is what is real proof of work, which will help you get a job, right? In the end, all of you guys are here because you want to achieve your dream of getting into a good job opportunity where you can get good growth, good financial stability comes to you. You have a great career thriving ahead of it where you keep learning, keep growing further from there. You're able to take care of your family, friends, everything in and around your life, right? You're not dependent on anyone after that. That is what every student after learning from college, like when I went to college, I also had the same aspiration, right? I want a good job at the end of it. I want to have a stable life. I want to have a career where I'm growing and there is respect. Everything is there, right? And all of us need to get there. And the path to getting there is essentially to build good skills, stand out against other lakhs and lakhs of students who are graduating without skills, right? And to be very honest, right? Like in India, you'd be surprised that there's like 80 lakh graduates coming out every year, right? Barely 13 lakhs of them getting any kind of job, let alone IT sector job, right? Out of which like a good 50% of them get IT sector jobs only because that is the biggest scope for freshers right now. Okay. So with that, yeah, I think we got into a discussion around pay after placement and what are you guys looking for, right? Okay, one more quick question. Does any of you already know me? Have you guys attended any previous sessions also with me? Or all of you guys are new and taking the first session with AccioJob and me? Okay, Talib already knows. Perfect. Okay, perfect. Great. How much numbers is required in aptitude for getting selected in pay after placement? So Atul, aptitude eligibility test, it's an eligibility test, right? If you are able to get a minimum score there, then you are eligible for AccioJob programs, right? If you are not able to get a minimum score there, then you are not eligible for AccioJob programs. Simple. The placement selection process goes in a different manner, right? In pay after placement selection process, We have live classes and assignments which you need to do. Then once you do those assignments, you will be able to give coding test and interview and then get selected. Okay. So whatever we are teaching in these next 10 days, that is going to be super important to prepare you for for the coding test and interview which you will give right after 5th of November. So the next 8-10 days, if you can be super serious, consistent, learn properly, practice properly, that is what will help you actually crack the pay after placement process very smoothly. Okay. Perfect. So if you're here for the first time, guys, I'll quickly introduce myself, right? I am Yashwardhan, one of the co-founders here at AccioJob, like Shikha said. And I did my graduation from IIT Delhi, right? So I graduated in long back now, 6-7 years back in 2017. I did my graduation in mechanical engineering, right? Again, after I did my 12th, I was from a tier 2 town, right? So not a lot of exposure that what should you choose, where are career opportunities, what should you learn so that you can crack good career opportunities. That exposure was of course missing for me also, and I didn't have a lot of idea. People around me told me mechanical is evergreen. I'm sure everyone has heard this by now, that a royal mechanical or mechanical is evergreen, opportunities are always there, etc., etc. I was told the same thing, and then I came into college, I got into IIT Delhi, I chose mechanical engineering. And in the next 4 years, then I came to know a lot about okay, what are career opportunities like, right? What areas are there are tremendous amount of career opportunities, and what areas there are very low career number of career opportunities. What are high growth career opportunities, right? And that is where my inclination also towards IT sector started building altogether, right? I could see that there is a tremendous scope for growth. I could start my career at a great package. I could grow very, very fast in terms of package, in terms of the industry growing also. It is the future, right? And everyone knows it that more and more things will move to digital, move to software. India is a hub, right? In India, things like UPI, the entire India stack, this is something unheard of, right? It's like our country is already going to looking to become like a developer powerhouse, right? And we have like 15 lakh engineers coming out every year in India. So we have enormous potential as a country, that if these engineers coming out are super skilled, right, are genuinely skilled for industry relevant skills and don't just learn outdated curriculums, right? They can add a lot of value, can contribute tremendous amount of value, right? And that has been the entire idea. And when we started AccioJob, our idea was very clear here, that why are so many students going unplaced, right? 80% students are going unplaced, right? That's a very big number, because everyone, like I also, or you also, or every one of us went into college education or higher education with this mindset that, okay, at the end of this, I will be someone who can have a job, I'll get a job, I'll start my career, etc., right? And then when you realize that only like 10-20% of the freshers graduating get any kind of job, the other 80% are not getting it. That is a very big problem statement in general, right? And when we were approaching this, we figured out only two big things, right? That students are not getting, number one, the right guidance, the right teaching, the right curriculum, the right set of skills to practice in the first section, right? So continuous mentorship and guidance is missing for students, and that is why they are clueless. By the time they come out of their college, they've graduated, and they don't know what is the direction which will get me job. What are the skills which will get me a good job? How can I master those skills? That is completely missing, right? And number two, of course, they don't get access to job opportunities also, right? Cracking off campus jobs is a difficult task, right? If anyone of you have already started applying, I have applied with a lot of students with me also, right? It's not very easy to crack off campus jobs by applying on Naukri or a LinkedIn or like 100 different job portals available, right? Half the time you are blindsided that why am I not getting a call in the first place, right? What is lacking in my CV? What is lacking in my skills? What are they looking for, right? Sometime one off out of 200 you get one call, and then you're like, oh, okay, but this is not relevant for, they say this is not relevant and something like that. And months and months and months go by without any progress, right? Same issue happens with a lot of students who don't have the right guidance, right? They'll start learning from some random YouTube playlist. They'll take months and months and months, because they get so many doubts, they are confused, they get stuck. Someone tells them, okay, this playlist is good, you skip, you leave this playlist, you go to some other playlist, you start learning from there, and you get stuck again. Same thing which you could have learned in 10 days will take you 3 months, right? Without enough clarity, conceptual clarity, also without enough practice also, right? And this happens to so many more people. So many people still go to offline coaching institutes where they are teaching just coding languages, right? And I'm like, I was surprised that if you have graduated, why are you learning? If you already know C++ or you already know Java, any one language you already know, why are you learning the other language? Your focus should be on learning skills which matter. Your focus should be on learning data structures, algorithms, do a lot of problem solving practice, or learn full stack development, build good software projects to actually show proof of work. That is what will get you a job. Why are you learning random theoretical concepts from some local institute who doesn't know, who himself is not clear that what is the industry really needing, or he himself is not someone who is very well versed with data structures, algorithms, or problem solving in general, right? So that student guidance is completely lacking. Students don't know that, right, in the first place. And that is why at AccioJob, like when I am talking to students, the first thing which I try and address to them is to give them this understanding, right? Because if they know what is the path to getting a good job or to becoming a good software developer, only then can they actually walk on that path, right? Unless you don't know, you are just going to keep going in circles, right? And I've seen this with like thousands and thousands of students now, right? Even for that matter, so many of you guys, I think in this session also, and so many of you guys, apart from you, like a lot of students coming from BTech computer science students also, right? They don't have this clarity, right? In their college time, they haven't learned enough skills. They haven't practiced enough data structures, algorithms. They haven't built good projects which can actually stand out, right? And actually work well, right? I don't think that is the case with majority, right? And that is where AccioJob came in here when we started, and it's been 5 years. So enormous journey with AccioJob. Thousands of students we have placed now, hundreds and hundreds of companies now which hire continuously from AccioJob, right? And the whole goal for us is to build good software developers, get them placed in the industry, help them build an amazing career. And of course, our alumni community is also pretty much tight knit. There are thousands of students who are sort of interacting, helping each other out, etc. Right? So yeah, okay. Which topics we going to cover in upcoming 10 days? So we'll cover fundamentals of programming, what are data types, variables, loops, conditionals, arrays, right? So we'll cover these fundamental topics right now to make sure that everyone is comfortable and everyone is learning in these 10 days. That is super important, right? And these topics are, of course, pretty important. These are like the very fundamentals, which if these aren't strong, you don't build a tall building without a strong foundation, right? As simple as that. So this is an introduction to programming for you, where you should try and understand everything with full clarity, full depth, right? Okay, perfect. So our journey with AccioJob, of course, has been phenomenal. When we started AccioJob, our idea was very, very clear, right? That we need to give students a place where they get complete understanding, full guidance throughout their learning journey, right? Like when I was in third year of my college, my seniors were there to guide me, right? They used to tell me that, okay, we have given interviews in these kind of companies, we have cleared this company, someone is going to Google, Microsoft, Amazon. They're continuously guiding me that, okay, you should practice these topics first, then head over to these topics, etc. Right? When I was actually preparing for my placement, they helped me with like how should your resume look like, how should you present yourself in interviews, right? Because I was super nervous, right? I came from a tier 2 town and now I'm able to speak English comfortably. In college, I was very bad at it, right? Because I had never spoken English in my life before it. I was always talking in Hindi or native language, right? And when you come to college and then you are pushed to speak up in front of people, that is when you need to start getting out of your comfort zone, and slowly and steadily my English also is now improved to this level, right? So if your English is bad, don't worry, we'll help you improve that, we'll help you build your personality, right? Most importantly. And it's a slow progress, right? I've reached here only after thousands of such sessions and a lot of practice, right? So all of you can get here 100%, right? So so our idea with Accio was very, very simple. We need to give students that same structured learning path. They have continuously continuous help available from our mentors, guides, top-notch instructors who are like my seniors, right? So our instructors are all, they're not like 40, 50-year-old professors, right? Our instructors are 2 to 5 year experienced industry professionals, right? They are working in the industry. They are software developers who have cracked top-notch companies. They are like your seniors or mentors or bade bhaiya or whatever you consider that relationship to be. But that relationship is very, very interactive, right? And the bonding and rapport with the instructor is very important, right? Because otherwise, how do you open up? And if the student doesn't open up and ask their doubts freely, they will always be left with confusions and doubts in their minds, right? So that is super important. So you get a very structured, guided program, which is the curriculum is top notch. You can check our curriculum, right? It's been perfected by placing thousands of students in the industry. We know exactly what the companies are wanting. How do these companies selection process look like? How do we need to prepare the students to tackle these? Right, so our curriculum is completely aligned to it. We know doubt solving is very important for students, so they need continuous doubt solving help throughout. So we keep mentors available on video from morning 11 to night 1 a.m. for students, right? We make sure instructors are there in the class, super interactive. We keep the batches small so that learning is valued the most, right? Of course, and and that is how AccioJob's entire program runs. And as the student starts learning, building projects, solving assignments, their skills start growing. From time to time, we give them mock interviews, one-on-one mentorship sessions, so that they become comfortable with this process also, right? And once they've started gaining skills, we start sending them for placements through our placement partners, and eventually we get you placed. As simple as that, right? Okay. So that is what Accio does in a nutshell, right? So if you want to understand what does AccioJob do, I might have wasted 3 years or 4 years of my college altogether. If I can do one semester of hard work with AccioJob, right, I can change the future career trajectory altogether, right? We've got students, you can check out our YouTube channel, you can check out our LinkedIn, a ton of student interviews. I'm sure you'll find enough people coming from BSc background, BTech, non-IT CS background, right? I'm sure a lot of students right now in front of me also who are not from BTech CS IT, right? Somewhere in their mind, they have that self-doubt, right? That will I be able to learn coding? I think BTech CSIT people will be so much better, right? I can tell you for sure, one, we are going to teach you from scratch. Second, BTech CSIT students, right? We have interacted with so many. Their knowledge is also very limited. If they knew everything beforehand in their 4 year degree, they would have cracked top jobs. That is not happening. Why? Because their knowledge is also very theoretical in those 4 years. They have never solved a lot of DSA problems. They've never built proper full stack applications, right? So their knowledge is also like the first 10 days of the program, 15 days of the program, maybe, right? After that, they are also going to learn with you from scratch. Simple. So don't undermine yourself or have any kind of self-doubt, right? You can be from any background, doesn't matter. And that is why we make it very clear, right? And in fact, we give students scholarships also only if they are motivated, right? If they are ready to put in the hard work. Because the most important element in this journey is if you will put in the hard work and effort with us, you will easily be able to crack a good job. Doesn't matter what your background is. That effort is the most important factor, right? Accio will work 2x, right? Your dedicated career coach will be there throughout. They'll be following up. They'll be pushing you. They will make sure that you are setting targets for yourself. You are completing, achieving those. You are growing your personality, your communication skills, soft skills, everything, right? It's an entire package where your goal should be very clear that, okay, I am going to focus on this and learn on a day-to-day basis consistently. If you do that, you are going to come out as a great software developer. You will get a good job opportunity and get placed for sure, right? As simple as that. Okay. Of course, yeah. talking about the programs, I'll quickly walk you through about the AccioJob program so that you have clear understanding. And of course, I'll take your doubts also. Any doubts if you have about the AccioJob program, I'm happy to sort of take those doubts also with you, right? So just give me 5 minutes. Quickly, I will explain both the programs and the enrollment process and enrollment methods to you, and then I can take all your doubts. Okay, cool, perfect, right? Okay, so this is our website, guys. I think you might have seen it already. How do you like our website? I like to take feedback from students. How do you like our website, right? Because we have created this website for all our students. So students' feedback on what can be improved, if there is anything, how do you like it, is always very helpful for us to learn, right? By the way, this website has been created by an AccioJob student, right? Yep, user login not stored. Shahid, it is stored, boss. You can see I am already logged in. So for me, it shows go to dashboard, right? Yeah. Okay. So this website also has been created by AccioJob student, right? And of course, we've AccioJob got featured in LinkedIn top 20 startups, right, for 2023. So yeah, congrats to our team for it. Yeah. Okay, perfect. Yeah. So I think if you've seen the website, you know what does AccioJob offer, right? AccioJob offers two programs in full stack development, right? Our Java full stack development track, our MERN full stack development track, both, right? Both are full stack development tracks, right? We teach you coding from end to end. We teach you both front end, back end, uh, working with database, data structures, algorithms, everything, right? And both the tech stacks and both the tracks are created because both of these tech stacks have super high demand in the industry right now, right? Probably any fintech company you pick up, they might be using Java full stack, right? Super secure data security reasons, right? Any company who is building very fast, right, wants fast-paced development, you will see they are using MERN stack, right? Very popular in the industry right now. Of course, tech stacks keep changing with time. धीरे धीरे और नए आएंगे, चीजें change होंगी, but fundamentally the concepts remain the same. How does backend work? How does API? How do APIs work? How does the internet work? How does front end user interaction work? Those concepts and fundamentals will never change, right? Like today, I am talking to you in English. Maybe I can talk to you in Hindi also. So the language can always change, but the content will not change, right? I know that this is what is going to get you a good job in the industry at the end of it. So the content will not change. Maybe the language can keep changing with time. New and new languages keep coming, right? But learning these fundamental concepts is super important. Okay, perfect. Yeah. So we've got Java full stack development track. We've got the MERN full stack development track. Both are full stack development tracks, right? I'll quickly show you. So in the Java full stack development track, right, our focus is on first going deep into data structures, algorithms, and Java, right? Data structures, algorithms is an important skill. A lot, like majority companies, when you are sitting in their selection process, their online test, online assessment, most likely you will encounter data structures, algorithms problems. Yeah. So in the Java full stack track, we start with data structures, algorithms in Java. We learn it from beginner, basic to advanced, right? We practice a lot of questions, right? If you've seen the AccioJob platform, learning platform, right? Not the pre-course, the main batch learning platform. Of course, I can show you also. You will see that our gym section has like 10,000 questions or more, right? So students keep practicing more and more. You go to LinkedIn and you will see that a lot of AccioJob students actually have streaks, right? And once our students hit 100-day streak, we reward them for consistency, right? Because coding is a skill which you will become good at only if you consistently practice and learn, right? So also you'll see so many students of AccioJob who are posting consistently on LinkedIn that, okay, now I am at a 120-day streak, right? I've solved 300 questions now, right? So yeah, a lot of practice, a lot of learning in the first 4 months on data structures, algorithms, followed by a backend tech stack based on Java language, which is Spring Boot, right? We learn that. We learn the basics of front end, which is again fundamentals, HTML, CSS, JavaScript. We learn the basics of front end. And then lastly, we create a proper full stack application. The 8th month is where you do a proper internship or a capstone project with us. You build a complete full stack application with us end to end, right? That is what is real proof of work. That is what is actually implementing your skills, and that is what the recruiter or the company will actually value the most for you, right? So that is how we cover the Java full stack. In the MERN full stack, of course, the MERN full stack track is again, MERN is, does anyone know what does MERN stand for, by the way? Very quickly, MERN, what is the full form? Someone might know. Okay. Yeah. Mongo Express React and Node. Perfect, Aryan. Thank you. Right. Okay, perfect. Thanks, Atul. Okay. Yes. That is correct, yeah. So yes, MongoDB, Express.js, React.js, Node.js. That is what MERN stands for. That is correct, right? What do we cover in the MERN full stack, right? We start with, so the entire MERN stack, right? If you read it correctly, it's like Express.js. What is JS? React.js. What is JS? Node.js. What is JS here? JS stands for JavaScript, right? So these are all frameworks which are based on top of JavaScript as the language. So our first goal, of course, has to be to become super strong and clear on JavaScript, right? All the companies you will sit for, they will grill you on JavaScript knowledge. If you say, I know JavaScript, they will grill you on JavaScript knowledge, right? So JavaScript is super important. So in the MERN stack, our first focus is to learn JavaScript in and out thoroughly, learn a little bit of data structures, algorithms in JavaScript, right? Make sure that after that you learn HTML, CSS, you learn frameworks on top of it, like React.js is a framework on the front end side, right? You learn Node.js on the back end side. You learn Express.js. You learn working with database like MongoDB, right? And of course, in the 8th month, you do an internship with us or a capstone project with us where you build an entire full stack application end to end, right? And that is how essentially practice will come in. So the MERN full stack program is slightly more tailored towards development skills, right? So you will, if you are someone who loves building software, right? Building software applications, projects. I came with an idea and I want to build this, build this web app very quickly. You will love it, right? You will build a lot of projects throughout the journey, right? And if you are someone who loves problem solving, who loves logic building, who loves solving puzzles, right? If you are someone who gets obsessed, like I definitely get obsessed that if you give me a puzzle, I would stay at it till I'm able to figure it out, right? If you are someone like that, then in the Java full stack program, the data structures, algorithms, and problem solving skills, you will have a lot of fun doing that, right? So these are just preferences. I knew someone will ask which of these tech stacks has more jobs, right? That is what I'm saying. The job opportunities are available in both these tech stacks in enough volume, high volume, right? Highest in the industry. You go and search for freshers jobs, you will find that Java based jobs, MERN stack or JavaScript based jobs, these are the highest by far, right? So there are enough job opportunities for both. It is more important that where are your interests more aligned, right? Because if your interests are aligned with that track, you will end up learning a lot more, right? You will be actually interested, you'd love doing it, so you will learn a lot more, you'll become a great developer. And if you're a great developer, you're a good developer, you'll get placed. Doesn't matter you've done Java full stack or you've learned MERN full stack, both have enough opportunities. Okay, correct, right? So Shahid, we will cover, of course. Shahid is asking, will we cover like other core CS subjects to some extent, right? So of course we will cover OOPS, we will cover DBMS, SQL, right? These will definitely be covered. These are important topics for you to get placed. Of course, we will not cover like networking or stuff like that, right? Because those are not highly relevant in getting you these jobs, right? These are more like software development oriented jobs, right? Okay. Dayanand, you need to full stack DSA in depth. Correct, Swapna. So we start with data structures algorithms, we deep dive into data structures algorithms, then we learn full stack also. Yeah. Okay. Perfect. So yeah, these are the two programs we have. Of course, Yeah, I'll briefly talk about data analytics program. Just give me 5 minutes first to cover this, right? You can check out the curriculum, instructors, everything in detail. You can go once you are logged in, right? You'll be able to see everything on your platform. You'll be able to see every program, all the details associated with it. You'll be able to download whatever you need out of there, right? You'll be able to check out. If you have any doubts, you can just click on connect with a counselor, and someone from our team will reach out and guide you, explain all your doubts, make them clear, everything, right? And everything is here on the platform itself, available to guide you. Our pay after placement selection process is there on the platform, which you can attempt here. You can book coding test, interview once you solve assignments, right? The free bootcamp live classes are already ongoing. So the current class is ongoing. You will get the recording of this class also. And meanwhile, tomorrow in the next class, you can join in also, right? Same time, 8 p.m., next 10 days, you attend, you be consistent, you learn a lot. Okay. Perfect. Someone is asking for the enrollment processes, tuition fee, etc. I'll of course walk you through, right? So with both our full stack programs, right, which is Java full stack, MERN full stack, both the full stack programs, we have two enrollment options for students. Simple, right? Every month we only take 100 students in these tracks, right? Very, very clearly. Don't want to add a lot of people unnecessarily. Make sure we are focusing on a select set of students, working hard with them, getting them placed, right? As simple as that. So with a select set of students which we take in, we have got a limited set of seats for pay after placement process, right? So people who are super motivated, right? Our idea is to get the most super motivated people and give them the pay after placement option, right? Especially people who have financial difficulties, etc. For them, this option can work well also, right? But of course, we have a selection process so that we get the most motivated students in the pay after placement batch, right? So one option is the pay after placement batch, where of course you need to clear the selection process of this pay after placement bootcamp, right? Once you do that, and you are in the top performers, you will get the option to opt for pay after placement. As simple as that, right? So that is the number one that is one option to enroll. In the pay after placement option, you don't pay anything initially. You sign an agreement with us. You pay us once you get placed in the IT sector. Simple, right? You can get placed by yourself also, by us also. You'll still be liable to pay us if you get placed in the IT sector above a minimum 3 LPA in the pay after placement option, right? Because as an organization or a startup, we are investing a huge amount of training cost behind you. And of course, once you get the placement, you have learned, trained with us, you would be liable to pay us back. Simple, right? The other option is the paid tuition fee option, right? So the entire program of 8 months, right? The tuition fee is in total 75,000. Of course, to make it student friendly, easier for students, we give you guys the option to pay us in monthly installments also if you want. As simple as that. These monthly installments will be at no cost, so 0% interest rate, etc. there, right? You can pay us the tuition fee in monthly installments also and keep learning with us. After you learn with us, and then when you start sitting in placements through us, after that, you can pay us the remaining fee after placement based on what salary you got placed on, right? For example, if you get placed in 3 to 5, then very less amount, 5 to 10, then 60,000 only, 10 to 20, 1 lakh only. While in pay after placement, of course, the amount after placement will be much higher, right? Like 10 to 20, you will have to pay a much higher amount, right? Right? No, not really, Priyanka. That is a misconception, right? That is the myth. Otherwise, there are 80 lakh students graduating. Why are they not getting placed? Right? You understand? So 3LP is a bare minimum, right? It of course depends on how skilled are you in the first place, right? Can you really work hard and level up yourself? As simple as that, right? Okay. Yes, you will get certificate for the bootcamp, etc., etc. Right? In fact, our program, the main batch, is accredited by National Skill Development Corporation, which is a government initiative, if you've heard of it. So all the certificates for our program are also validated by Skill India. So they are nationally recognized. They are actually, you can actually authenticate them on the government Skill India platform also, right? As simple as that. right? And on again, talking about the second model where you can pay the tuition fee to us initially, right? And the remaining after placement. We do have scholarships available on the tuition fee also, right? So if you are attending this bootcamp and solving assignments with us, you will be able to avail scholarships on the tuition fee also, right? Now, of course, this is also the idea of giving a scholarship is also to make sure we have more motivated students coming in, right? People who are genuinely here to learn, who are here to grow and get placed, right? People not here to time pass that I will do some course and waste 6, 7, 8 months of my life, right? We want people who are genuinely here to learn, right? So yeah, okay, perfect. So this is the second option. Again, you can pay in monthly installments, you can pay remaining after placement, as simple as that. Okay, and there are some scholarships available for you to gain on the tuition fee also. So these are the two options how you can payment options or enrollment options to get into any of these two programs, be it Java full stack, be it MERN full stack, right? If you clear the pay after placement selection process, you can choose you want to go into Java full stack or MERN full stack program. Totally your decision based on where your interest lies more. Correct? Okay. But make sure that you start attending the pay after placement bootcamp, start solving assignments. If you have any doubts, here is a doubt support window, right? So just go here, type your doubt. Our mentor will be available between morning 11 to night 1 a.m. They will get back to you. If you need more help, they will give you and get you on a video call and help you on a video call also, right? So nothing better than that as such. So get all your doubts cleared, practice, learn with Bhavya, right? So Ramitha, but you need to understand that, right? As a small startup, we need to invest a tremendous training fee for the student, right? So once the student is placed, of course, the amount we charge from them is higher, right? But then that you are paying from your salary at the end of it, right? So that is how it is. Okay. In the second option where you are paying the tuition fee, it is easier, right? Because we need to pay like 200 mentors, 45 instructors, a lot of mock interviewers every month, right? So it becomes easier. And that we've tried to keep the tuition fee as reasonable as possible, right? Of course, there will be institutes in the market offering 20,000, 30,000, 10,000 recorded, this, that, etc. The whole idea is the student is coming here to learn and get placed, not just get some content on my head and suddenly I have not even learned, I'm not even placed, right? People go to, I don't know, people go from like Indore and Bhopal to Hyderabad to offline learn from coaching institutes, etc. But what are you learning? Who are you learning from? Placements need to happen at the end of it, right? That is what is happening here. As simple as that, right? So yeah, and by the way, if you're opting for the tuition fee option, right, and if you are choosing that I don't want to sit for placements through AccioJob, I am already getting a placement through by myself, then you don't have to pay us the after placement fee, of course, right? As simple as that. Yeah. Otherwise, everything is fully transparent on the website inside your login and pre-course, right? You will be able to sort of go here, see all the details you want to see. You will be able to see the sample agreements, the pay after placement fees. Everything is there on the website, super transparent. You want to talk to our alumni. Yes, you pay money as installments, Sai Kiran, after PAP also. Correct. Right? You want to talk to our alumni, go and interact with our alumni. You can just click on this alumni connect. Someone from our team will connect you with an alumni from your background so that your doubts need to be clear, right? Because we want students to come with full clarity and transparency, as simple as that, right? Okay. Yes, Shahid, there is a WhatsApp group, of course. I think a lot of you guys would already be a part of the WhatsApp community for the process for the next 10 days, pay after placement bootcamp, right? If not, I think what you can do is just go to this free bootcamps page, Shahid, right? When you go here, you will see there is a WhatsApp group joining option here for this bootcamp. Just go and join this WhatsApp group. It will take you to this WhatsApp community where all the students are interacting and helping each other out and preparing for the same process. Okay. Okay. So shall we, this pay after placement selection process is for the next batch, which will start around 5th of December, right? Our next batch, which is starting on 5th of November, right, which is right now in a week, right, the selection process for that has already happened, right? So if you want to join with the tuition fee option for the coming batch, which is next week, 5th of November, you can do that, right? Or you can prepare for the selection process and go for the next batch, which is 5th of December. Okay, whatever works well for you. Yes, Ramitha, that is absolutely correct. The coding test and interview you'll go to this, right? You'll see pay after placement selection process. Next step. Now, current step I need to do is solve assignments, right? And then once I solve assignments, I can give coding test, then I can give interview. So this coding test and interview, both will be based on these topics which are being taught to you, right? So these topics are being taught to you already, right? If you are someone who likes to sprint, right? Like I am someone who likes to sprint, right? So what I would do is, if tonight I'm going to solve some assignments, I'll try and do more and more and more assignments, as many as possible, right? So for example, if I'm here in module 1, I can see I've got 2 assignments, I've done these. Okay, I can watch the videos also and learn from them. I've done module 1. Okay, let's go to module 2. I'll start learning. I'll start solving assignments of module 2, module 3, module 4, so on, right? So every day you will be learning a module anyways in the live lecture. But meanwhile, if you want, you can start learning and start solving assignments, start asking doubts as much as possible. Simple, right? So head towards the coding test interview. This is a good, like, it's free 10 days of learning. A lot of people who are learning coding for the first time will actually be able to understand that, do you really enjoy it? Is this your interest area where you can actually build a great career or not, right? So you get that clarity, you get to learn a lot, you get to learn with top-notch instructor, right? So I think I'm already late. I think Bhavya would be waiting for me to end, right? And as soon as Bhavya comes in, right, I think Bhavya can take over after it, and I can take a few quick questions till then, by the way, right? Any kind of questions you have. Harinath has asked a question. I'm from mechanical background. I can't able to take an assignment in coding, but I want to take this course. Please reply. Harinath, why not? You learn, no? You will be able to learn, right? You learn from the next 10 days with us in the live lectures, solve assignments, ask your doubts. You will be able to solve assignments 100%. Okay. Yes, that is correct, Hemant. This bootcamp is and selection process for pay after placement is for December batch, right? Because November batch is about to start already, right? If you're looking to join the 5th of November batch, you can directly get in touch with us and we can directly sort of help you get started. Okay. Perfect. Any other questions, guys? Any questions you have? Yes. How to know that whether I am in batch or not? What's the process? So shall we, through the login, right? Once you log in, you will be able to see that I have given the coding test. Have I cleared it or not? If you have cleared it, you will book the interview. Once you have given the interview, you will get the results on the inside your login itself, right? It will be shown. Plus, you will be emailed also your feedback of the interview, your results, everything will be emailed also to you, right? Plus, make sure you are definitely a part of the WhatsApp group, right? Because in the WhatsApp group, continuously we will keep updating you. We will keep sharing all the necessary material, notes, everything on the WhatsApp community, right? Plus, if you're super enthusiastic to join the upcoming batch of AccioJob, right? You can actually experience some extra features also, right? So our team is this time going to help a few super serious students, right? Students who are very serious about joining. They will actually help them with communication skills, HR skills, resume reviewing, all other things also, right? So these 10 days can be very valuable for you. Give yourself a gift before Diwali. Work hard so that you have a very satisfied Diwali in your mind. Okay. I think I know how students think, right? So I can tell you, if you work hard for 10 days, you will learn so much that you'll be satisfied that, okay, I have been productive. I've made some good progress in 10 days. Okay. Perfect. Yeah. Someone was asking, how do I share it with friends? So we have a refer and earn program here. Of course, you can just copy your link and share it with friends. You can share it with them directly on WhatsApp. If any of them also take part in and are enrolling with you in the AccioJob program, you get 3,000 rupees cash reward. Your friends get extra 5,000 rupees scholarship. So win-win for everyone. Yeah. So definitely, yeah. And in fact, today is the first day. You need to refer all your friends, ask all your friends who should start learning. At least 10 days they start learning and they come to know. right? That am I fit for coding? Do I want to build a career in coding or not, right? So, and if you do it with your friends, all of you can keep each other motivated also. So that works really well. What is the minimum marks required in aptitude test? So Atul, it's a very easy basic aptitude test. That's just to check eligibility, right? And even if you are dicey, you can first practice a little bit aptitude, right? So we have given here aptitude resources are also there if you want. You can practice aptitude if you want, and then you can take the eligibility test, right? Don't worry. So don't take so much tension. Give it, right? How can I log in? Anil, just go to AccioJob.com, which is our website, AccioJob.com, and just click on login. Or if you have not created an account, just sign up. Vikram, I am not cleared assignments. No worries, Vikram. Now you need to start solving assignments. Okay. No group. Pawan, there is a group. No, that is what I am telling you. You go to the bootcamp page. Here is the WhatsApp joining link also. This is the WhatsApp group you can join. Right? So coding class is starting now in 2 minutes, max 2 minutes. Bhavya is going to start. Okay. If I have completed the PAP interview before 6th November, can I join November batch? No, yaar, Hemant, that is not possible, right? That entire list has come out. We have already closed that. Everything is done, right? So yeah. Okay. That is okay. Bindushri, that is all okay. Okay. PAP test is started here. So PAP test you can go and see here. No. Once you need to solve assignments here. Without solving assignments, we don't let student give coding test. What is the point? If you're not practiced, you will just waste your attempt. No point. Solve assignments, do some practice. We also come to know that student is serious, student is motivated, student is ready to put in hard work, right? And then you give the coding test and interview. Simple. Okay. Everything clear, guys? Yeah, absolutely, Praveen. Definitely, yeah. Oh, okay. Someone has shared the link to our community also, right? Which is the our WhatsApp group also, right? So you can, I'll just share it with everyone, right? So you can directly join the WhatsApp group from this link also if you want. Okay, I've put it 3-4 times. I'll turn off host and panelist also. Okay, right, Anshul, that is correct. Okay, perfect. Okay, guys, great interacting with all of you guys also. All right. Any kind of doubt you have, career related, AccioJob related, any help you need in future, in terms of guidance, you are confused, anything, right? Feel free to reach out, AccioJob. You can reach out to our team directly also. You can reach out to me directly also. I'm there on LinkedIn. I'm fairly active, right? I'll just share my LinkedIn URL, profile URL also. Happy to connect with all of you guys. Any doubts you have, any questions, any guidance you need, feel free to reach out. Happy to help. Okay, perfect. Sachin's last couple of questions. Sachin and Praveen, I'm in module 4 and I'm qualified to give test. Could I give it now or after completing? Sachin, I will recommend you do all the modules first and practice and then give it. Okay, that would be my recommendation so that you don't face any issue there. Okay. I already got 200 points assignment. Now I need to score 550 points. If I can go, then I can go for the interview. Then you can go for the coding test first. You clear the coding test, then you can go for interview, Praveen. Okay. Same here, sir. It was nice interacting. Okay, perfect. Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much, guys. Had a great session. Good interacting with all of you guys. I hope this was helpful. Uh, yes, Ramitha, you can, right? If you already have the necessary skills, you can move faster also. Okay. Yes, recording automatically will be available, guys. So inside, right? I'll show it one last time, right? If you go inside the pre-course, right? So on your free bootcamps page, this is where currently you are seeing this join class button, right? This is the place where you will see watch recording option. Once this live class is over, within an hour or so, once the recording is processed from Zoom and automatically fetched and uploaded, within an hour or two, you will see the option to watch recording of this class here itself. Okay. The same place where you will join class. So tomorrow you will join class from this button. Okay. Cool. Perfect, guys. On that note, handing it over to how can we join our friends? I already told you, right? Dodu Sharon, you can go to your login. You can refer your friends through your link so that you both get discounts and cashbacks also. Or if you can just tell them to sign up on acciojob.com also. That is also something where they can join in from. Simple. Yeah. Yes, Hemant, after PAP interview, you can select the track which you want, MERN or Java, whatever, right? We are waiting for coding class, Priyanka, and आपने बोल दिया तो हो गया ये. Bhavya is right here, right? Okay, I think I'll hand it over to Bhavya. People are waiting for Bhavya for a long time. I think you can start learning with Bhavya. Okay, and that should be super. I hope you have a great next 8-10 days, a lot of learning, a lot of coding, a lot of interaction with Bhavya, a lot of guidance from him, which you get. Okay. So on that note, over to Bhavya. Thank you so much, guys. Happy to stay connected and help.
Thank you, Yash. Thanks a lot. Okay, I guess now you all know everything about the pay after placement process, right? I can expect that. And he has answered almost all the commonly asked questions, right? So that's a good note to start with, because now you are familiar with AccioJob and you're also familiar with the pay after placement process. So all these things will make a little bit more sense to you. Okay. Anyways, before we get started, I'll just introduce myself. Okay. I am Bhavya. I'm Bhavya Pandey, and I will be your instructor for the next 10 days for this pay after placement bootcamp. You don't necessarily have to relate it with the pay after placement thing. If you want to learn Java, if you want to learn programming, but you are not getting a good start, this is the place for you. Okay. This is a free live 10-day workshop where I will come daily, including Saturdays and Sundays, and I will be interacting with you. I will be teaching you all the concepts that are necessary to start learning to program. Okay, that is what my agenda is. And Yash was saying that hopefully by the end of all the classes, you will be, you'll be understanding all these things. You will be able to solve assignments. You will be able to like what you are doing. So I'll not be using the word hopefully. I can guarantee you, okay, because apparently students like the word guarantee. So there is one guarantee that I can give you. If you join in for all the 10 days, or maybe if you can't join for some reason, if you watch the recordings for all the classes, you are going to fall in love with coding. That is my guarantee. Okay. And then afterwards, we will talk about the different guarantees that we can give you. But yeah, for now, for the next 10 days, my guarantee, my promise to you is that if you follow my instructions, if you attend the classes regularly, you solve the assignments regularly, there is no one who can stop you from understanding what I'm trying to teach you. Okay. Because I have that much confidence on myself, because as a part of my introduction, I'll just tell this thing as well. I've been teaching with AccioJob for the past 2.5 years, or I guess a little bit more than that. So I started in my fourth year only, when we are very fresh with the programming concepts, the DSA concepts. So I just started teaching since then, because I've always been passionate about teaching. And I guess you will realize this in the next 10 days, hopefully. Okay. So that's all about me. I've been working as an instructor and as a software developer for the past 2.5 years, right? Before joining AccioJob full time, I was working with Schlumberger, an energy sector company. But yeah, I guess that's all about me. I won't bore you with the details of my introduction. But yeah, all you need to focus on is I'm Bhavya Pandey, your instructor for the next 10 days, and I really love teaching, right? And once you study in these 10 days, you are going to fall in love with coding. That is my guarantee to you. But there is one thing that I expect from you. That is not money. That is not anything else. But I expect you to give proper time to me. Okay. To my lectures, to the assignments, to everything that I ask you to do. Okay. Because yes, it is for free, but it does not mean that you don't have to put in efforts. Okay. And if you put in efforts, I can guarantee you pay after placement selection and all these other things that you are worried about will be a cakewalk for you. Okay. पढ़ोगे समझोगे असाइनमेंट सॉल्व करोगे तो 2 मिनट में प्रोसेस क्लियर हो जाएगा. Okay, that is something I can assure you of. Okay, and anyways, let me just see a couple of questions. Yeah, good evening Rafi. Where will you get the recordings of the class? Let me just share the screen. And yeah, okay, so you can see that this is the pre-course portal, right? If you go to the free bootcamps section, You can find the recordings here. So right now our class is live. That's why you're seeing the join class button. Here only the recording will be uploaded automatically after the class, and you can watch the recording from here. So what is the one page that you have to be aware of? Free boot camps for the next 10 days. Going forward, as we move ahead in our 10 days process, I'm always going to start my class with giving you a tip regarding the pay after placement process. So we will continuously keep talking about these things. But for now, I think you have covered enough. You all know about the pay after placement process, which is, you can say, which is a service that AccioJob offers to really studious and sincere students. Because pay after placement means you will study from us, you will get placed with our help, only then will we take a single rupee from you guys, right? So when we are investing our resources, when we are investing our energy, because we are also a small company, right? So if we are investing resources in you, you should be solid enough to deserve it. So pay after placement is not something that we hand out for free like a toffee. No, it is something that you will have to work hard for. You will have to show the dedication. And if you are dedicated enough and you can learn enough things in the upcoming days, then we have the pay after placement process, right? Definitely we will welcome you with both our arms open. Okay, so कोई दिक्कत वाली बात नहीं है उसमें. अच्छे से पढ़ो, अच्छे से सब समझ में आएगा, सिंसियरली पढ़ो और सब हो जाएगा. मतलब ये जो जितने भी प्रोसेसेस है ना, सब क्लियर हो जाएंगे, मेरी गारंटी है. Okay, then I will also take you through one more page. Okay, this is the free bootcamps page where you can find all the classes that we are going to have and all the assignments. There is one more page that is relevant for you, PAP selection. So in our company, we use the word PAP as a short form for pay after placement. So whenever I say pay after placement or PAP, I'm just talking about the same thing. Okay, so this is the flow you need to follow. Learn from the classes, solve assignments, give the coding test. Okay, so my recommendation is give the coding test only after you are confident with your skills. Let me tell you why we have kept the cutoff as 550. Okay, the cutoff is 550 marks out of 1450. It's 1/3 of the total score. The reason why this is so low is because there are people who already know how to code. So we don't want to waste their time by unnecessarily forcing them to solve each and every question. If you ask me, genuinely, the cutoff should be 1450 out of 1450. But again, it is only to make sure that the people who already know how to code don't lose out their interest just because they have to solve something they have already solved. Okay, so to get rid of all those issues, we have kept it so low. But ideally, if you are learning coding for the first time, my request or my suggestion to you is make sure that you are solving all the questions, and this should reflect 1450 out of 1450, right? There is no compromise on that front. Okay, because why focus on the minimum? Cut off, minimum, these are all the words for for people who are not ready to put in 100% efforts, right? If you are willing to learn, why are we talking about the cutoff? You say that if the maximum marks are 1450, I will score 1450. Now tell me what I need to do. That is the kind of attitude I need for the next 10 days. And I'm really very excited to be here in front of you guys. And I assure you that we are going to enjoy the next 10 days. I am definitely going to enjoy, and I'll try my level best to make sure that you also have a good learning experience. Okay. Anyways, having said that, any questions from your side regarding me, regarding AccioJob, regarding my teaching style, regarding what we are going to cover? Any questions? You would be having a lot of questions today, right? It's your first class after all. कुछ तो सवाल होंगे कि कुछ तो होगा ही, कुछ है तो पूछ लो, right? Now is the time. और बीच में भी पूछते रह सकते हो तुम, मतलब मैं पढ़ के तुम्हें जवाब दे दूंगा, but yeah, you can ask questions. And generally how I teach is majority of the topics that I will teach you are going to be in English. Okay, but I will make sure that I'm repeating all the important concepts in Hindi as well. Okay, because we have people from all the states, so we have to respect everyone's preferences, right? So अगर आपको English समझने में थोड़ी सी दिक्कत है, it's not an issue, right? I'm not going to let that be a blocker for you, है ना? उसकी वजह से कोई समस्या नहीं आएगी आपको. But again, it is recommended that now that you have taken your first step towards your career, you start learning and understanding English, right? Slow बोलूंगा मैं, धीरे धीरे बोलूंगा, इजी इंग्लिश बोलूंगा आपको, आप समझने की कोशिश करो बस, राइट? ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड दिस इंग्लिश बिकॉज it's a harsh reality that when we work in corporates, the medium of communication, the means of communication is English only. That's why we focus on having lectures in English. Okay. But anyways, I will repeat the important concepts in Hindi as well. तो वो कोई दिक्कत नहीं है अपन को, right? And anyways, there's one more thing, right? I'm from Bhopal. So if there is anyone from Bhopal, cheers. Can I get the schedule of bootcamp classes? So, Azad, we are going to have these classes every day for the next 10 days from 8 to 10 p.m. इसलिए हमने इसको एकदम सिंपल फंडा रखा है, वीकेंड हो या वीकडे, यू हैव टू ज्वाइन इन द क्लास एट 8 p.m. रात में 8 बजे आई विल ऑलवेज बी देयर टू टेक योर क्लासेस. ओके? अरे अफीना, बिल्कुल, दैट्स व्हाट आई एम सेइंग, राइट? दैट्स व्हाट आई एम हियर फॉर. आई एम न्यू टू कोडिंग, कैन आई ग्रैब इट? यस, यू कैन. just follow the instructions, right? And don't be in a hurry. कोई जल्दी नहीं है. We have 10 days and we are going to utilize these 10 days to the maximum. ठीक है? So you will get enough information to get started with coding. कोई चिंता वाली बात नहीं, right? Yeah, Karthik, don't worry. I am only repeating the important things in Hindi, right? Whatever I have said so far in English is the only unique things that I have covered. So don't worry about it, right? If there's anyone who does not understand Hindi, you don't have to worry at all. I'm only going to repeat things in Hindi. I'm not going to say anything new in Hindi. Okay? Don't worry, Karthik. And other similar students. Is this a Java full stack development program? Gulshan, this one that we are having right now is going to be conducted in Java. But this process is going to open the gates for both the MERN stack development and the Java full stack development, right? So this is just a pre-course, just to tell you how we teach, just to tell you, just to get you acquainted with the programming basics. This is a pre-course. This is a boot camp that we have for that, for programming beginners, right? But with this boot camp, with the help of this boot camp, if you basically clear the PAP selection process, the pay after placement selection process, you can join the MERN stack course as well, right? So this one is going to be conducted in Java for the next 10 days. But yeah, we have in the main course offerings, jo actual course start hoga, right? The actual course that we will have is available in both the languages, right? In both the tech stacks, Java full stack development and the MERN full stack development. Okay. No, Azad, don't worry, right? That's why I said, try to understand English, but I will repeat the important things in Hindi. So you don't have to worry. I have solved DSA questions in C++. Atul, there is absolutely no issue, right? C++ and Java, both are programming languages. कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता है which language you have chosen, right? It's one and the same thing. Don't worry at all. PAP for data analytics. You can talk about it, but we don't have a boot camp for that. But yeah, you can talk to the student counselor regarding that. क्या बात है सचिन, nice. This session is going to be for 10 days, right? Next 10 days. 5th November तक we will have it. Yes, Shahid, there will be classes on weekend also. पर तुम्हें क्या है? मतलब you guys join in, right? मतलब मैं जब आ रहा हूँ, if I can come to teach, तो आ जाओ तुम भी पढ़ने. कोई excuses नहीं चाहिए मुझे. I want PAP for data analytics. Priyanka, I'll have to get back to you regarding this, right? But for the time being, you can communicate with the student counselor. Okay. Cool then. I think we have answered some questions. We have established certain things. Now there is one rule to stay in my class. 2 rules or maybe 3 rules. I'll keep changing it. It's my class. Okay. Have a bottle of water with you handy so that whenever you are feeling exhausted or neend aa rahi hai, so you can just take a sip from that. That is my one advice. And the second thing is make it as interactive as you can. So I'll ask you questions and I want genuine answers in the chat. Okay, don't worry, I'm not going to judge you. I've been doing this for the past 2.5 years and I've gotten a lot of responses over time. I don't judge anyone. I am here to make sure that you take the first step towards your future in a correct, directed manner. That's my only job responsibility. I'm not here to judge you. So answer anything that you feel like. जो भी आपके मन में आंसर आ रहा है regarding the questions that I'm going to ask, just answer, in a very carefree manner. You don't have to take any tension at all. Anyways, with that thought, let's get started with the class. Okay, so I've already written down the agenda for today's class. If we just check out the time, it's 9:28 already. Okay, it's 9:28 already, right? We are going to have this session till 10. So we have roughly 30-35 minutes. थोड़ा सा आगे बढ़ा देंगे हम, right? So we are only going to talk about computer and programming basics, right? And hopefully we will be able to write our first program in Java. So let's aim for that. But anyways, let's now get started with the agenda for today's class. I only want you to be comfortable with the basic terminologies that we'll be using throughout these 10 days. So today's class is going to be very chill, very very lightweight, and I'll not be forcing a lot of content on you. Okay. With that thought, let's get started. So this is the agenda. I'll tell you what a computer is. I'll tell you what a computer program is. I'll tell you what a programming language is. I'll tell you how computer understands a program, and Java is a programming language for those who don't know, right? Java is a programming language, the one that we are going to use for the next 10 days. So I'll come to that as well. And then if time permits, we are going to write our first program. Okay, so you are going to become programmers starting today. Okay, anyways, you might be thinking, some of you might be thinking कि ये क्या है, इतनी चीजें तो हमें आती हैं. We know what a computer is, we know all the stuff. But guys, it is our responsibility to make sure that even the absolute beginners, your friends, are also comfortable with what we are going to cover throughout these classes, right? So that's why half an hour, just half an hour dedicated to these basic things. Anyways, now help me with what a computer is, right? Because all of you are talking about programming, coding, jobs, IT. So the basic terminology that we need to understand here is, what is a computer program? What is a computer program? And we'll get to it in a couple of minutes. But if you see this word clearly, computer program, it is made up of two words, right? This particular phrase is made up of two words, computer, program. So first of all, let's formally discuss once what a computer is. Because I know all of you know what a computer is, but still, just in a minute, can you all quickly tell me in the chat what a computer is? Because this laptop that I'm taking your class on is a computer. This mobile that I have is also a kind of computer, right? And all the devices that you see around you, right? Mobile, tablet, all these, even a calculator is technically a computer. Okay. So if we talk about a formal definition of computer, which I don't like definitions, but still, just for the sake of completion, right? कोई बोले कि मुझे definition नहीं पता, computer की class हो गई. So for everyone, right? Computer is a simple electronic device. Which is capable of handling calculations. ठीक है? Computer is a simple electronic device which is capable of handling calculations, and ये definition तब बनी थी when computer was first invented, right? This is a very old definition, but fundamentally the definition remains the same, right? So it's like an advanced or a distinct electronic device, a special electronic device which is capable of handling calculations. But as of today, you all know that computers have a lot of other added functionalities as well. And that is where I am going to come to. The next question, or the first question that I have for you guys is, what are the advantages of a computer? We have laptop, desktop PC, mobile, tablets. फायदा क्या है? What is the advantage? What is the value that these gadgets, these devices are adding to our life? Think about it. If you are a working professional, think about how a computer, a laptop makes your day very easy. If you're a student, think about how you have used a computer in your studies. If you're done with studying, you're searching for a job, think about how a computer is helping you find a job. You will be surprised that all these three roles, people who are working, people who are studying, people who are searching for a job, are all using computers actively. So just tell me what advantages of computers are, because I'm not going to Google it, or I'm not going to teach it from a book, right? All of us know what are the advantages of a computer, right? So बताओ फटाफट, फायदे क्या हैं कंप्यूटर के? Why do we use computers? क्यों करते हैं प्रोग्रामिंग? क्यों हुआ इतना बड़ा IT? Why? Hey, nice, Sachin, nice. So Gulshan, I think you need to score 550 in the assignment section to get to give the PAP coding test. Anyways, multitasking machine. Hey, nice. Ria and Priyanka have given answers for what is a computer. Good. Getting quick knowledge without wasting time. Very good, Afina. We can get more knowledge from these devices. Exactly, Priyanka. Right. Reduces the workload and saves time. Very good, Rafi. Reduces time very fast. Let me just keep writing these down. Right. So fast contains information. Right. I'm just writing in short. Makes our job easy. Very good. Yeah, that's a correct answer, right? Accurate. Very beautiful. That is a very good advantage. Accurate. Right? Good job, Sneha. Multitasking. यार ये बहुत ही बढ़िया लोग हैं. Nice. Oh, it has started to. Just a second, right? This application is misbehaving. So the programmer has not done a good job here. Anyways. Anyways. Okay, let's just put it over here. Okay, cool. Okay, so it has not noted down the advantages, but it's fine. It's fine. Cool. So what were the advantages we were talking about? Fast, right? Contains a lot of information, right? And accuracy, right? Multitasking, right? Just, forgive my handwriting. I was trying to write fast. Any more advantages that you can think of? Efficient, very nice. So fast, or I can just write here only, efficient. So you are all correct, right? It is a electronic device, right? Which is made for the purpose of complex calculations, performing complex tasks, which if we as humans were to perform these tasks, it would take us a lot of time and it would be very difficult to judge if our answer is correct or not. Let's take a very simple example here. Very simple example, right? If I ask you, let's say, if I ask Akash, right? We have an Akash Pandey here. If I ask Akash, what is 1 plus 2? He is quickly going to answer, sir, it is 3, right? But what if I ask Akash, what is 1, 2, 3, 4? Let's take a random big number, 4, 2, 9, 8, 6, 2, right? What is the answer for this? अब आकाश बोलेगा कि सर एटलीस्ट गिव मी सम 2-3 minutes, only then I'll be able to answer this to you, right? But what will a computer say? A computer is instantaneously going to give the answer for this one, right? I don't need to demonstrate it. All of us use calculators in our mobile phones, and these kind of calculations are very easy for a computer, right? So you see two advantages right here: fast and accurate. Because of a human does it, right? And we used to do it when we were in class 5th, 4th. We used to multiply when we were learning it for the first time. कितनी बार ऐसा होता था? It used to happen a lot of times that we missed the carry, right? Or we missed to add some numbers, or we misplaced the digits. इधर का उधर लिख दिया. So we used to make those silly mistakes, right? Although we have graduated from that, तब हम लोग we were 10, 12 years old. Now we are 20, 22, 23 years old. But at the end of the day, we are humans only, right? So we are allowed to make mistakes, and we can make mistakes. I mean, that's our very nature. Human beings will make mistakes, right? So the important advantage that computers provide us over human beings is accuracy. This is a very, very, very valid point. I think Sneha mentioned it, but yeah, all the other aspects that we are seeing here are also very much relevant, right? For example, if you're applying for a job, you would be having a folder, I know it for sure, wherein you would be storing your resume. And as and when a job comes, if the job says ki we need someone who is very soft spoken, we need someone who is very, very much fluent in English, right? We need someone who is fluent with Excel, the software, right? Microsoft Excel. So what do? We go to our resume. Job seekers would relate to this, right? Because I have also done this. We go to our resume, we go to the skills section, right? And what do? Wherever, for the last job, We had written C++, programming, problem solver, ekdam team worker, right? And now we change the skills to what? Excel, PowerPoint, right? So I'm sure you must all be having a folder of resumes for the specific jobs that you apply to, right? Long story short, the point is you are able to do that in your computer because your computer has a very big, very huge storage, right? 500 GB is something very common, and it even goes until 1 TB, 2 TB, 4 TB. But from a practical perspective, we have laptops of 500 GB or 1 TB storage. So these are very common. If you think about it, that's a lot of storage, right? As compared to the information that we can store, right? Computer can store a lot more information, right? I'm not talking about the technicality ki human brain is so powerful and all that stuff. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the reality. Practically हम लोग कितनी चीजें याद रख सकते हैं, right? Practically there is only a limited amount of information that we can carry, but our computers on the other hand take a PDF, store it in your computer, and it is there forever, right? Now computer has stored it forever unless you come and delete it, right? So a computer has a lot of storage, and that is also one of the important advantages. You can store movies, songs, all the other important information or documents that you want to store here, right? So contains info because it has a very good storage, right? And these are all relevant points because when you will become software developers, you will be talking about these resources of the computers, and you will be working on maximizing the utilization of these resources in the most effective manner. कि ये रिसोर्सेज है मेरे पास, इनको मैं सबसे बेस्ट तरीके से कैसे यूज कर सकता हूँ. ओके, एनीवेज, अब ये टॉपिक बोरिंग हो रहा है, बहुत बातें कर ली हमने कंप्यूटर के बारे में, राइट? वी हैव टॉक्ड अ लॉट अबाउट कंप्यूटर्स. लेट्स मूव ऑन. We have seen the advantages, and I have only copied it from you, from what you were telling me, right? So it is accurate, it can contain a lot of information because of the storage, it is fast, it makes your job efficient, and you can do multitasking using your computer, right now I'm using OneNote to take notes. I'm also using Zoom to talk to you guys, and I've also opened the browser here, right? So it is all multitasking that I'm doing using my laptop, right? So that is one advantage that we know for sure, right? Anyways, this is what a computer is, this is what a computer does. I will still go ahead and say that I'm going to make a statement that might shock a lot of you, but still I'm going to make it. Computers are dumb. So how many of you agree with me on this one, that computers are dumb? And can anyone try to tell me ki why am I making such a statement? Sir, just 5 minutes back, you were praising computer so much. It's fast, accurate, it saves your time, it helps you in multitasking. And now you're calling it dumb? That just doesn't make any sense. And the first time I heard about it, I was also very shocked. Too dumb, be? Why are you calling computer dumb? It is a very good machine. But I'll tell you why I'm calling it dumb. Anyone from the students who would like to tell me? Because humans make computers. Yay, nice answer. Without us, it can't work. That's why. Hey, very nice, Rafi. Exactly. Rafi is saying, just think about it, okay? Think about it. Without us, it cannot work. That is why it is dumb. Okay? Dumb matlab, for those who don't know, gadha hai computer, right? Dimag se paidal hai computer, right? That's what I'm saying. But iske pehle main itni tareef kar raha tha computer ki, right? So think about it and tell me, why am I calling computer a dumb machine? Because the humans are the ones who operate it. Very good, Karthik. Because humans are, Priyanka ने तो बहुत ही अच्छा आंसर दिया, because human beings make computer, right? And which is actually a very valid point, and you will understand why. Okay, because we have to give instructions to get it to work. Hey Anik, वाह क्या बात है? Computer dumb, right? But human skills, it's good machine. Yes, Sunita. Computer gives output according to. तुम लोग बहुत स्मार्ट हो यार, यही स्मार्टनेस चाहिए. बट इसी एंथुसियाज्म से, all of you are doing one thing right now, which is using common sense, right? Trust me when I say this, common sense is genuinely missing from the people and from the students who are trying to learn all the things, right? If you're having this sense, all of the answers that I'm reading right now are valid, are correct, right? You just have to keep this common sense with you throughout the course, right? Because computer programming is nothing but using your common sense, understanding a programming language, and then writing the code. If you don't believe me, you will believe me after 10 days. Okay. Anyways, I'm really impressed by the answers. Without instructions, it cannot do anything. Yes, Sachin. Computers never exactly, Priyanka. Computers need our instructions. Yes, Dhruv. Karthik is also saying, Afina, it doesn't have concept of meaning the way a human does. Yes, but basically it lacks creativity, right? It will only perform the given task whether the instructions is right or wrong. All the answers that you have given are correct. Let me just summarize it in a minute so all of your friends also understand this. Computers are super capable, very fast, very efficient, allows you to do multitasking. But I'm still calling computers dumb because a computer can only work if you instruct it to work. Okay. For example, a computer is allowing me to scroll it up or down. This computer is allowing me to change the desktop, right? But at the end of the day, it is doing so because I am the one who is instructing it, right? And on a deeper level, so let's say I use this button, right, to minimize, to exit the full screen, right? I use this button to exit the full screen, and now I'm going to use it again to enter full screen once more, right? Right. So what is happening here? I am clicking a button. Based on that, a very smart thing is happening, right? To be honest, that's a very good feature. But my point here is the buttons are working in this way. Understand it? Buttons are working in this way because once a human being instructed this application to work in this way, right? So the human being who made this application instructed that whenever this button is clicked, you will enter or exit the full screen mode. And that is why you will feel that it's very smart, right? It is allowing you the flexibility to enter the full screen and exit the full screen. So why are you calling it dumb? I am not questioning computer's capabilities. I am just saying that your computer only works on, let me just enter full screen again, only works on our, matlab human beings, instructions. A computer cannot work on its own. You are the one who is going to define the logic and tell the computer कि अब आपको आगे क्या करना है, right? So computer is like a tiny little baby, right? Who does not have any brain of its own, right? And it will just do whatever we are asking it to do. So if you ask my honest opinion, computers are very good servants, right? I mean, it's super capable, it's super fast, it allows you to store your files, has a very good storage, blah, 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 blah. But it cannot think on its own, right? So let me also write that down. Not creative. Computers are not creative, right? If I want this color to be purple, right? This screen, this OneNote application that I see, if I want this color to be purple, I will have to make sure that the color is purple. I will have to instruct the computer to make it purple, right? I mean, by I mean the software developer who has made this application is the one who is going to do it. Sahi baat hai? So we are going to give instructions to the computer and the computer is only going to follow that. So in one way, this is a disadvantage that computers cannot think on their own. But if you ask me honestly, it is the best advantage of a computer. Because just imagine a scenario where computers are super smart, smarter than you, smarter than me. So neither I would have a job, nor would you be able to find one, right? अगर computers ही सर्वशक्तिशाली स्मार्ट होते तो ना मुझे जॉब मिलती, ना मैं अपनी जॉब कंटिन्यू कर पाता, ना आप लोगों की जॉब लगती, ना कुछ होता, right? It's a very good thing that computers are dumb because now we can instruct the computers to do whatever we want it to do, right? we can give instructions to the computer and we can make it do whatever we want, right? So it's very important. Now do you understand? So it's a very, very super smart, super capable machine that cannot do anything on its own, right? That is why we come in, the human beings who are going to develop the softwares. And as you know, some of you were saying, we want to revolutionize the world with the applications that we will make. So you will only be able to do so once you learn programming, make application, and make the computer do what you want it to do. Okay, so it's, if you ask me, this is the best advantage that a computer has, the fact that it is dumb, because that is the reason why I am having a job, why you will be able to search for a job if we learn how to make this computer a puppet of our will. Okay, so this is the funda that we have. Okay, now do you understand why computers are dumb? Why am I calling this super powerful machine dumb? Because it is not creative, it does not have what you have, common sense. It will only be able to do what you are asking it to do. Okay, so that is one thing that I need you to get through your heads. Computers are dumb. Okay, they only work on your instructions. Okay, so are we all clear with that? Can we move on to the next part and discuss what computer programming is? What is a computer program? जल्दी से बता दो कि चैट में यार, मतलब I have not asked a lot of questions from you and only 10-12 people are interacting, so I'm specially asking this from the other half, right? Afina, Rafi, Azad, these people are responding like repetitively, but other people, so that I can know that you are there, right? You are understanding. Okay. I'm sorry sir, but bot chat has already replaced the telecalling job. अब आजाद यही बात है ना, मतलब कुछ कुछ pros and cons तो होंगे ही, right? So because we are making computers super smart and super intelligent, there are some of the other jobs that are gonna go. So we have to adapt to the changing technology. Okay, so that if we as software developers come at the top of this hierarchy, the people who understand the most about softwares, we will not go out of a job in the near future, right? So all of you would be worried about AI, all this stuff. Yes, it is true. AI has a lot of power. That's why a lot of powerful people in the world are against further development in AI, right? A lot of super important people. The world recognizes those people, right? Elon Musk, all Bill Gates, all these people are against. Yes, exactly, Sachin. Further development of AI. But anyways, this is always going to happen, right? With good tech coming up, a lot of unskilled people are going to lose their jobs, right? And I feel sad while I am saying this, but that is the reality. Okay, so yeah, that is going to happen. Okay, and even if you don't know programming and if you are super creative, there are other jobs, right? I mean, there are non-technical people in every company, right? If you're super smart and you're super creative and you have a very good business mindset, even then you can contribute to the businesses, right? Like AccioJob. We have a lot of super smart, super talented people who might not know programming, but they are helping us run the company. Okay. Anyways, I deviated a little bit there, but yeah, I hope all of us are here on the same page, and now we understand what computers are, what are the advantages, why am I calling computer a dumb machine, and now let's go ahead and discuss what a computer program is, right? Let me just change the color. Computer program. So what is a computer program? Because all of the people are talking about programming, coding, Java, ye, wo. But what is a computer program? Just now I have told you, and I have not told you, you have told me that computers only work if you give them instructions to work. Okay, so how do we give this instruction to the computers? This is one thing which will get clear to you right away, and it will get clearer and clearer and clearer day after day as we spend our time in the bootcamp. Coding, right? Anyways, so what is a computer program and how do we give instructions to the computer? Just now we have seen that computers work on our instructions. Agreed? How are we going to give these instructions to the computer? With the help of a computer program, right? So If you ask me to define computer program in a very easy set of words, a computer program is simply what? A set of steps, a set of instructions, right? A set of instructions that you give to the computer to perform, right? Let me just write it down so that you retain it. A set of instructions that the computer can perform, right? So this is one way, right? I'm clicking the button, I'm interacting with the computer. This is one way of interacting with the computer, right? The other way is the way software developers do. So all of you agree, right? This application that I'm using, this OneNote, Zoom, Google Chrome, these are all super important applications which were built by software developers, right? So they are not the ones who clicked on buttons and just got things done. They are the people who have written this set of instructions that if someone presses this button, you are supposed to minimize, right? You are supposed to exit full screen. If someone presses this button, you are supposed to close the window, right? So there are people who have instructed the application to perform in such a way. And let me take a very simple example. When you open Gmail and you click on the send button, there is a person who has instructed the computer to send the email if that button is clicked, right? So all of these things, all of these instructions are given to the computer with the help of a computer program. And if you want me to simplify it even further, think of it as a recipe, right? So how will I give you the instructions if I want you to, let's say, cook, let's talk about something I know. I only know how to cook Maggie. So how will I give the instructions to you? I will ask you to take out the pan, take 2 cups of water, then boil it, then put masala in it, then keep boiling it, then put Maggie into it by breaking it and all that stuff. Like keep cooking it for 2 more minutes and then Maggie is ready. Something like that. So what am I doing? I am telling you some steps, right? There are certain instructions, certain steps that I am telling you so that you can make Maggie. So for the time being, you are also acting like a computer, right? You don't know what to do. You are following my instructions and making Maggie, right? In the same way, if I have to give instructions to the computer, I will have to write a computer program. We are going to understand more about computer programs in the coming lectures. But this is what a computer program is. Like I will give you the recipe to make any particular dish. In the same way, I will give the computer program to the computer so that let's not use the word computer a lot of times. Computer program or program is one and the same thing. Just understand that. So I'm only going to use the word program from this point on, right? So if you give a program to the computer, it will be able to follow the steps that you have written in the program and give you the desired result, right? So if you follow the recipe, you will give me Maggie. In the same way, if the computer follows the program, it will give me the whatever desired outcome I want. Okay. So are we clear with what a program is? Because now we are going to step into something really important and interesting. What are programming languages, right? Because this is the point where most of the people have a question. We know a little bit about programming, right? We know a little bit about these things, but programming languages kya hote hain? And I'm talking about absolute beginners. I know, judging by the answers that you have given me previously, most of you would be knowing what a computer language, what a programming language is, but still, right? We have to take everyone into consideration, right? बताओ बताओ जल्दी बताओ क्लियर है आगे बढ़े कैन वी मूव फॉरवर्ड nice Rafi and Deepika Priyanka again the same set of students right had already given some answers anyways so we know about computer programs as well right computer programs bhi humne dekhi what are computer programs now the question is how I mean what is the medium using which you will give these instructions to the computer okay we know that the set of instructions is called a program but how will you actually convey this program let me make the question more clear I am talking to you right I am teaching you I am giving you some information I am giving you some instructions suggestions whatever what is the medium I am using so what I'm trying to say here is I am conveying all my thoughts to you guys in English right? So that is the medium. Language is the medium that I'm using, right? So to talk to my fellow human beings, I am using language, right now English, and generally we use Hindi as well, right? And other people might be using other languages, right? English, Hindi, Marathi, Telugu, Tamil, these are all valid languages. To talk to human beings, we use those languages, right? But to talk to a computer, right? To talk to a computer, we use programming languages. Let me just change the color once again so that we can understand that something new has started. Programming language, right? So I have just told you what programming languages are, but that's not where my interest lies. I am interested in telling you why do we need programming languages, right? All of you know now, okay, if we talk human to human, Hindi, English, Sanskrit, these languages work. But if we talk with a computer, we need special programming languages. But the question is, why do we need special programming languages? Why can't we talk to the computer in English, Hindi, or Sanskrit or Malayalam? Why? Any inputs from your side? Kuch feedback? Why? Okay, there is one answer that I am getting, and it is very true, but I am not going to read that out loud because some students might get confused. Sachin and Anik will understand my point, so this is especially for you, okay, and Atul also. So let me give you a easier answer for that. Okay, the reason why we are using specialized languages here is because just think about our languages, right? अपनी अपनी भाषाओं के बारे में सोचो जरा, right? Just think about our languages. Human beings communicate in a very ambiguous manner, very confusing manner, right? When human beings talk, sometimes it is very difficult, right? So let's say you go for a job interview, right? You go for a job interview and you come back to your house, right? Your flatmate, your friends ask you, how was the interview, right? So there is one response and there are two information that you can get from it and understand what the difference is, right? So how was the interview? Lag gayi. That means job lag gayi, right? And all of you know what this same set of words can mean if said with a very sad expression. How was the interview? Lag gayi yaar. So do you understand the difference? I am using the same set of words, but the meaning is entirely different, right? In one case, the person got the job. In the other case, he probably, just did very wrong in the interview or did very badly in the interview. Okay. And we can find a lot of such examples, right? For example, a very common example that I come across is when we arrive our destination using train, what do we say? Like if I tell it in Hindi, I will tell it in English also, don't worry. But if I tell it in Hindi, बहुत अच्छे समझ में आ जाएगा. हम बोलते हैं, let's say I'm going to Bhopal using a train, right? What we say is Bhopal आ गया. That's what all of us say. All of us have been saying this for 23 years, right? And none of us get confused there, right? So basically in English, what I was trying to say was whenever we reach a particular station, we don't say that the train has arrived in Bhopal. No. We don't say that. What we say is Bhopal has arrived. As if we were waiting there and Bhopal has changed its location and has come to Delhi to take us. That's not the reality, right? But still, all of us understand what the other person is trying to communicate. Why? Let's go back to this point. Because computers are dumb, but we are not. We have common sense. We understand expressions. We understand the tone of the voice. We understand sarcasm. Not everyone does. We understand, basically the context, right? We understand the context. What is the context in which we are talking about, right? So a human being can understand these languages, Hindi, English, Malayalam, all these languages because human beings have common sense, but computers don't. That is why we need a simple, non-confusing way of talking with a computer so that one set of words only conveys one set of meaning. That if I say, print this on the screen, it does the desired job. Obviously, print this on the screen is English only. That is not in any programming language. But what I'm trying to say is, I have structured, standardized words to carry out any operation that I want to do in case of my programming languages, right? And that is why we need programming languages, because it is very confusing if we talk to the computer in English, Hindi, or the languages that we know, right? So it's, do you understand the need of programming languages? A quick yes or no in the chat, because I see that the time is over. Or chupchap baithe raho. You don't have to leave right away. I know it's 10 has passed, but ठीक है, right? Sit back, better. Okay. So can you quickly tell me if all of us are clear with why we need programming languages? वही वही 3-4 बच्चे बात कर रहे हैं, वही 3-4 बच्चे सिलेक्ट हो जाएंगे, वही 3-4 बच्चे कोडिंग सीख लेंगे. आई वांट एवरीवन टू पार्टिसिपेट. मैं यही तो पूछ रहा हूँ कि समझा कि नहीं समझा. यू कैन से नो ऑल्सो, आई कैन एक्सप्लेन अगेन, राइट? एनीवेज यार, जिनने भी बोला है ना, ऑल ऑफ द पीपल हु हैव सेड दैट कंप्यूटर अंडरस्टैंड्स zeros and ones, all of you are correct. It's just that I did not want to go into that loop for today's class. Okay, but just for your information, all of you are correct. Okay, सही है, समझ गए? Okay, anything that we have left out from the agenda? ये 2-3 चीजें और कवर कर लें क्या हम लोग? कैन वी टेक अ पोल in the class? Let me just see. Okay, this is a webinar. I can't take a poll. Okay, एक चीज बता देता हूं मैं, right? So I'll tell this to you tomorrow, right? This one tomorrow, this one tomorrow. Okay, but एक चीज बता देता हूं मैं, the programming language that we are going to use. अच्छा, before you guys get stressed about ये सर आपने इतना गंदा गंदा लिखा है, how are we going to infer from these notes and all that stuff? Don't worry, right? My friends out there are working on making properly structured, beautiful notes for you, right? So you are going to get notes for today's class in a very well structured manner, right? ऐसे notes की मतलब बस पूरी जिंदगी भर के लिए you will understand what you have what we have covered today in today's class. So don't worry about notes or anything. My friends are going to provide you with everything that you need. Okay, but anyways, there is just one thing that I want to cover, just one thing, and then you are all free to go from my side. Okay, so एक चीज cover कर रहे हैं हम लोग, the programming language that we are going to use, right? The programming language that we will use, which is for the boot camp for the next 10 days. This is the programming language that we are going to use. Drum rolls, please. Java. Okay. Out of all the languages that you must have heard of, Python, C++, C, Golang, Ruby, JS, JavaScript, basically, we are going to discuss, we are going to conduct the boot camp for the next 10 days, up to for the next 9 days, क्योंकि आज का दिन तो हो गया, in Java, right? So let me just tell you some of the advantages of Java, and then we will call it a day. ठीक है? फिर छुट्टी, टाटा, bye bye. So the first advantage that Java has is, you might not be able to appreciate these advantages today, but once you enroll in the main course, once you start seeing all the other beautiful aspects of Java, you will understand what I was talking in today's class. And that's why it's very important to have it in the first class itself, because later in the course, when you will realize these, all these things, you will have a very good feeling कि ये बोल रहे थे उस दिन कि इसलिए ऐसा ऐसा होता है. Okay, so let me just tell you the advantages of Java, and then we will conclude. Okay, so the first thing that you have to understand is Java is very fast and secure. Right? So I'm comparing Java with its competitors, right? The other programming languages, right? Java is very fast and very secure. The second benefit that you can think of is it is ideal for learning OOP. All of you would be confused right now. What is OOP, right? Let me tell you, it is object-oriented programming. Object-oriented programming It is basically a particular way of programming, right? A particular method, a particular approach of programming, right? That if you follow this particular structure, you are actually following object-oriented programming, right? So we are not going to discuss object-oriented programming in our 10-day bootcamp because that is a different topic altogether. But yeah, when you will join the main course later in November or December, whenever you choose to join, there I will teach you what object-oriented programming is, right? Anyways, but another important aspect here is it is ideal for learning object-oriented programming, right? So these are the two things that I have told you, right? There are other several advantages of Java as well, right? For example, the third thing that I'm going to tell you, it is very important. Java is platform independent. So what I'm trying to say here is, I am using a MacBook, right? Which is a laptop by Apple. Okay, so it is having Mac operating system, Mac OS. You might be using a Windows laptop, which would be having a Windows operating system. Someone else might be using a Linux operating system. So these operating systems, in our terminology, in coders terminology, these operating systems are called as platforms. And when I'm saying that Java code is platform independent, what I am trying to say is the same code files, if I have coded something, I give my coding files to you, you can run those files as it is on your laptops as well, irrespective of operating system. Now, there is one thing that I won't be able to help you with in today's class. Some of you must be thinking कि ये हो कैसे रहा है? How is Java platform independent? But to be honest, if I tell that to you, you will get confused, right? So maybe later we can discuss this. Once we later on we will discuss this because today I don't want to scare anyone. So for now, just understand it as a fact that Java is platform independent. But maybe in later days I will tell you the complete beautiful reason. Okay. And today, if you talk about today's class, you can do it as a homework. You can search why this is so. Right. So you can just do a quick Google search. Why Java is platform independent, and don't get too emotional about the reason, right? Padho, samjho, aage badho. We don't have to do any research or anything. Just grab the basics and move on. And the fourth benefit, so there's a reason why I tell it at the end, so that only the interested people, stay back in the class. The fourth reason is the most important advantage of Java, the most important, right? The best advantage, which is it is relevant in industry, right? So Java is a language that is actually used in the industry, right? So in my previous company, I used to code in Java, right? All the big companies, Amazon, you take Salesforce, like I'm talking about the companies that my friends work in, right? Swiggy, then PayPal, Google, all of these companies, right? I mean, just thinking about my friends and just telling you right away, all these companies either use Java, or if not all the projects use Java, they have some of the projects which use Java as a programming language. So Java is a very, very, very famous choice by the top MNCs for writing their backend, right? So the fourth important point is it is industry relevant, right? So if you study Java, right, and if you study DSA in Java, backend in Java, the chances of you getting placed is also going to get higher because there are companies which are using Java in reality. And that is why, it makes a lot more sense to study the programming, study the fundamental concepts of programming in Java itself, right? Because no one is using C++, no one is using other languages as much as they are using Java. So this is the most important point because this is the point which is going to motivate you for studying Java. बाकी तुम्हें कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता है. I know as students you don't really care about whether Java is fast and secure or whether it is ideal for learning OOP or whether it is platform independent or not. All you only care about is that it is relevant in industry. So yes, when you study Java and when you develop a good grip on the basics of Java, this same Java is being used to develop the software also. So the chances of you getting placed are obviously going to get increased, right? So that's why it's best to learn let's say you don't know programming so far, right? So it's best to learn programming in a language which can directly get you placed, right? Because there are companies which hire purely on the basis of Java basics. That yeah, this person can code in Java, he has a good common sense. Rest I'll teach him when I'll take him to the company. So let's hire this guy. Obviously, this happens mostly for the low paying jobs. As soon as the CTC increases, the expectations that the companies have from you also increase, right? So if you are going to go for a well paid job, which you should go for, obviously, just the basics of Java won't cut it. So you will have to keep developing your skills day by day by day. But then again, that's a discussion for some later time. Thank you all for staying back, and sorry we extended the class by 15 minutes today. Tomorrow we are going to start on time, right? From tomorrow onwards, we are going to start on time, and we are going to utilize the complete 2 hours for our discussion only, right? For the coding related discussion only. Okay. So I hope you understood the basics today. We have not coded anything, sadly. Okay. But we are going to continue from this point onwards in tomorrow's class. We are going to see our first Java program. We could not do it today in tomorrow's class. Okay. So thank you all. अच्छे से मतलब I didn't teach anything today, so I'm not going to say anything regarding studying. But yeah, join tomorrow's class. And one good thing is कि because we had less time, the advantage here is you can now ask your friends to join in as well. क्योंकि if they could not join today, कोई नुकसान नहीं हुआ है उनका. Okay, so now I'll just take your leave and I'll hand it over to Hitakshi. I think she wants to. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you, Bhavya. Hi, everyone. I hope you had a great class and you were able to get started with your coding journey. Now that you have started with your coding journey, you might be having a lot of doubts. Some topics, since like we have very packed schedule, we have to cover a lot of topics. There might be some topics that you need more clarity on. You might be having some doubts. So for that, we'll be starting off with our 10 to 10:30 doubt hours, and those doubt hours will be taken by Raghav Ramani, one of our other mentors. So if you have any doubts, just take a 2 minutes of breather and write down those doubts in the chat box, and Raghav will pick them up one by one. Okay. Hi everybody. Can I get a quick hi in the chat box, since this is the first time I am interacting with you all, and by the time Raghav will just be joining. Yeah. Hi everyone. Nice. I see everybody is active and I have not slept, so Bhavya must have done a great job in keeping you guys all interested till the end, right? And this time we'll not be having AccioJob, we'll just be having the PAP bootcamp. So I hope that every one of you is very diligent and dedicated about the PAP bootcamp, right? And we'll quickly hand it over to Raghav. Bhavya, can you stop sharing your screen once? Yeah, thank you. And now, Raghav, can you please unmute yourself and let me know if you're in the meeting?
Yes, ma'am, I'm in the meeting right
Yeah,
now.
hi. So this is Raghav, and he is also very well equipped with all the DSA concepts. So if you guys have any questions, any concept you want more clarity on, and something that you might have missed, suppose you have joined a bit late or you went to pee or something, if you have missed any topic, if you have any doubts, you can just write it down in the chat box and Raghav will pick them up one by one. You can use the chat box to convey your doubts, okay? And I'm handing it over to Raghav. Okay, thank you guys.
Yeah, let's just start with the doubts. If you guys have any kind of doubts, just go ahead. See, yeah, let's just talk about the selection process of any kind of job. I'm not talking about the specific purpose of the job. I would say that if you want to join the job as a coder, I would suggest you just focus basically on the basics of the code. Like, so the previous sir already mentioned about the OOPS concept. It was like, yeah, sure. Uh, um, I guess I cannot. See, I cannot exactly mention you about the pay after placement because different companies have different ways of having the things to mention about, to be honest. If I would say that this is the placement offer, this is the this is the thing that we get a pay, it depends on your skills, it depends on how much you have worked on yourself. Let's take example, if you it is not about right now the Java developer. To be honest, let's say if you're a full stack developer, definitely you will get the priority over other developers. See, it depends on yourself, what amount of skills that you have. I would suggest you that you can, if you are going to be a full stack developer, first I would suggest you to focus more on the JavaScript. Why I'm emphasizing yourself on the JavaScript? Let me mention it, because JavaScript is the only language that can handle, to be honest, front end, back end, AWT, and other sources too. So I would suggest you to use JavaScript as your main language. And already you are learning about the Java and the basics of the Java. After learning, you can have the JavaScript easily. I personally suggest you learn Java and emphasize on yourself. Uh, Java is used in farm industry. See, Java is the language, to be honest, that is used in every industry if you have mastery in it. If you don't have any kind of mastery in any language, to be precise, I would suggest that it will not going to take you at the high level, to be honest. So I can't see the chart. Ramita, I can, I don't know about this thing, so you can ask about from the other team. I would suggest you that if you are learning Java, stick to your basic code. Start learning about the basics of OOPS. See, today the sir mentioned about what is OOPS, what is the language is for about. I would suggest you guys not to learn just from the class if you want to learn instead of Java. See, I would suggest you can go for the MERN. It is good thing, but I already mentioned you that Java is way better than other languages and way ahead than the other things. Because Java is the only language that I think is used in front end, back end, AWS. So going for the MERN is not a better option. Yeah, having MERN and Java is better thing, but only having MERN to have a full stack developer, it kind of give you backlash in the job from the person who is who had done mastery in Java. So I would suggest you to do Java. Okay, so that is the thing. So there, if you have any doubts, you can ask me further doubts. Oh, I have it figured out. I've completed. Hey, Deepika, your doubt is like you have done BE in 2015. You are kind of fresher. Okay, technically you are not a fresher, but you will be considered as a bit fresher. But after some time, uh, you know, they will suggest you. They will see you as the way of you are bit. You are having a job and you already have experience, so they will not treat you as a fresher. Okay, is Java difficult to learn? See, to be honest, it is based on the way that you think. You know, I would say that Java is not difficult to learn, but yes, Java takes time to learn the basics of, because Java is way different from any other languages that you are working on. If you have worked on Python, Python is very easy to compile. If you have learned from the if you learn the C++, it is also a good language, to be honest, but it is not as good as Java. Even though C++ and Java both share the concept of OOPS, but still Java is way ahead, and compared to JavaScript, is Java difficult? See, Sahid, both are different languages and both have different domain. JavaScript is basically used in general terms. We use JavaScript for the front end. So I would suggest that yes, Java is not difficult, but yeah, if you, I would suggest you guys, if you want to learn JavaScript first, I would suggest you go for the Java, because the process that I go through, I learned JavaScript first and then Java. I was, shocked by the fact that Java the JavaScript is following the concept of the Java, but Java is not following the concept of JavaScript. So like JavaScript, so like Java is, you can say that Java is the elder brother of JavaScript. Okay, it is like that. How many languages to learn as a fresher? See, you have to just learn only one languages because the other languages they share the same syntax. I guess you know the syntax, the term syntaxes. If I would say syntax, uh, the way we communicate with with each other is known as syntax. Syntax is like कि हम किसी से कैसे बात कर रहे हैं और वो समझ पा रहा है कि नहीं पा रहा। अगर मुझे किसी को कोई चीज समझानी है तो उस समझाने के लिए एक तरीका होता है, ठीक है, उस तरीके के साथ ही वो काम करता है, तो दिस इज नोन एज अ सिंटेक्स। आई नो इट इज नॉट अ प्रॉपर एग्जाम्पल, सो टू बी ऑनेस्ट, if you want to learn about how many languages you want to learn, I would suggest you go for Java only, because if you learn Java, then you can learn easily C++, PHP, and other languages that you can ever think of. But yeah, there is a difference between OOF's language and the languages which use interpreter. Interpreters languages like Python, uh, Mongos, and some other languages too. So yeah, you should go for the Java because it will help you in the front end, back end, as a Java developer, as a backend Java or advanced Java both. Uh, Dityasha, can you please? Oh, sure. Okay, Java and Java advanced both. See, there is no Java or Java beginner or Java advanced. If you're learning Java, you have to go till the advanced because there are many people like you who are A's in Java. So what will make you different is that how much better you are at the Java and how much skills that you have will make you will get a job for you. Okay. Currently, I'm working on non-IT. Is this easy or difficult to check? See, Sunita, it is. See, these are all the questions that I think that these all things depends on you, I guess. If you can switch easily to any, if you can easily learn Java, then it will be easy for you to switch into IT sector. But uh, if not, then you will get a bit problem. So if you want to learn full stack, non-full stack, is it having a scope in future? See, uh, everything has a scope in future. There is nothing to be, that this thing is going to be dead in the future. People still say that, the AI will capture the full stack development. The AI will going to capture, the backend. But technically, it is not going to capture anything until and unless you are to the cloud. Okay, I would suggest you. I mean, so I will say if you are practicing anything, go to the king right in the depth, to be precise. आप किसी भी चीज के बारे में प्रैक्टिस कर रहे हैं, उसके बारे में आप इतना डेप्थ में जाएं कि आपसे ज्यादा कोई नहीं जानता उस फील्ड। If I say I don't honestly, still not like every second you should respond. Then this would be the best thing that I would suggest you. So, okay, I'm confused which topic to learn for Czech or South Indian said not considered for South. See, generally, if we talk about the one step, full stack is generally used as the backend, to be honest. We don't consider one as the full stack. Yeah, it can be at some point at some extent, I can say that it can be considered as a full stack, but to be precise, it is not. So Java, if my voice is not audible, it is not clear. Are you facing any issues? Hello? Am I not audible? Uh, Okay. Am I audible now? Because from my side, I guess that it is clear.
Is no audible now? Okay. So were you able to understand the things that I mentioned you earlier, or else I have to start everything from the beginning that I mentioned you guys? So I was telling you about, what are the advantages of Java. Okay. Okay, just from your comment. Maybe let me just go ahead and check. So if you learned one step, full is it having see Naveen, I will say that okay, start from the scope of Java comments. Uh, Scope of Java. I already mentioned you guys out that Java is the best, and it has no competitor language right now. To be honest, if I am saying this, I'm stick to my words. I will say that if you are going to, if you are going to ace Java, I will say that Java will not let your, career die. एक Java is, I will not say that Java is the best because you have to learn other languages too. But yeah, if you have aced in Java, you will get a lot of help in the future. What scope is learning in Java? See, I already mentioned you that Java is the only language that is used in front end. It is used in backend. It is used in the AWS sector. It is used as a MERN. It is also used in MERN at some point, not at the depth, but yeah, MERN stack developers also use Java, and there are multiple things. Java is an independent language. So there is a term right now which is technically booming right now, which is Java developer. I was one of my colleague was a Java developer right now, and he has a good salary in the Java development. So Java has the best right now, to be has the best opportunities right now if you are going to learn Java. So I would suggest you, if you are going to learn Java, you first have to learn the what are the basics of the OOP, what it is about the OOPs, what is class, what is child, what is object, what is related to the things, what is the hierarchy of the class. So these are the things. Java basic programs. Okay, let me see, but say that React have some other interactive platform. Does Java also want to? See, React is, Kiran, I will go to your doubt. Just let me come to the Naveen doubt. But many say that React have some interactive user platform under Java. See, React is basically for the front end only. I already mentioned you about that. React is generally used for the front end and it is also used in the back end. But Java cannot contain as an interactive platform. Why? Because it is not made for the interactive things. It is made for the backend. Backend is used to maintain the front end software. Generally, we say people are saying Python is better than Java, and can you give the comparison, please? Okay, why people say Python is better than Java? Let me just get to the straight fact. People who are in the backend right now, ठीक है, they use generally Python. The reason they use Python, it is easy to use. It is has better compilation time. For some reason, it is getting better than Java, even though Python is an interpreter languages. But to be honest, Python is the best interpreter language that is going to that is going to beat the compiling languages. If you know the difference between compilation languages and interpreting languages, interpreter generally takes more time than the compilation languages. But Python is the only language to beat these time in the from the compilation languages. So I would suggest Python if you're going for the backend. Python is best. I would not say that Python is not best. But if you want to go as a full stack developer, if you want to rise and if you want to get a big amount of you know career boost, you have to learn Java. Java is the only language that will provide. I will emphasize this thing again and again and again. Java is the only language that will provide you front end, back end. A Java full stack developer. It is an independent topic. Java is independent, and Python is dependent on others, but Java is not. So I will suggest Java is the best, and there is comparing languages not a idle way. I would suggest. But many said React have some other sorry, Naveen, I didn't take your out. But many say that React has some user interactive platform. See, Java does not have any kind of user interactive platform. Java is used most for the backend. It is backend means that it is going to maintain the site, how the site will going to work if the excess of load is going to happen. React is generally used for the front end. Front end means that how is going to how the Java the site is going to respond, how the particular thing is going to respond. That is used for the React. That is used by the React. So these two are different things. Even though JavaScript, React is a sub part of the Java too. There are some things that that React used from the Java, but still React is bit different from Java. Okay. So I hope these are the things that you want to ask. If you have any doubts, you can ask me. I like front-end development. Which track should be ideal for me, like Java full stack or Merge stack full stack? See, uh, even though at the beginning when I was, at the front end, I used to be a front end developer too. So I go with the Java because of my personal experience. I would suggest you go for the Java because of the benefits that I mentioned you earlier right now. So and going with the MERN, it will take a lot of time because MERN, MERN is, actually a good option to learn too. But if you are going to learn the Java, uh, it will give you upper hand from the MERN stack developer because already you are acing the front end or because if you are acing the front end, you already know JavaScript. So Java, if you know the JavaScript, then Java will provide you a bit easy hand on Java. I will not say that it will give you a boost in Java, but yes, it will provide you a bit of help in the Java. Okay, so go for the Java first. See, Naveen, if you have good knowledge in MERN stack, then go for that only. It is not about that. See, it is my personal POV. So having a personal POV is different. You know better much about yourself, and I would suggest you if you have better command on the MERN, I would suggest you go for the MERN only because you have already aced that particular topic. So acing that, gaining the more knowledge will be easy for you. And I would suggest you go for the monster developer. Okay. It is not, I will not say that, no, you have to just focus on the Java, only Java is the best. I'm not mentioning you. Yeah, Java is good. Java is, acing every other aspect. But yeah, you can go for the MERN. MERN is also a good way. Okay. I hope you agree with my answer. Yeah. So do you have any further doubts? See, I would say it will see, Shahid, it is not like that. Okay, which sector use more, which sector get more payment. I would say if you are going to learn Java, you will get more payment. Why? It is simple. Java will provide you full stack development. It will going to provide you it is an independent language. So Java will provide you more money. And JavaScript is, basically limited to the front end. Okay. I will not say, that this specific language is better or this thing, but Java is better. Okay. Thank you. Thanks, Naveen. What if I will choose data analytics? Okay, Priyanka. Uh, as a data analyst, I have I also have done the course for the data analyst and I'm a part-time data analyst too. Uh, being a data analyst, Java is not a better option, to be precise and to be honest with you. If you are want to be a data analyst, I would suggest you go with the languages like Python, Mongo, and there are some other languages too that um I cannot remember the languages, but if you want to learn data analyst, you can learn Python, SQL, SQL, NoSQL, and other languages too. Python detailing. Yes, Shami, it is. If you have learned anything anything earlier, it is best thing. It is good. And if you want to learn, extra things, that will going to provide you a boost in your course only. So if you are learning Java right now and you are already aced Python, it will be the best for you. You can, handle many other things. Yeah, Mansa, everything it will be helpful for you. It will provide you a bit upper hand from the people who are, at the beginning stage. Excel, SQL, and etc. I think. Yes, SQL, Excel, and these are the parts of data analyst, and there are many more things. Just difference between NoSQL and yes. So yeah, you have to if you want to boost yourself, you have to provide yourself, upper hand from you have to learn Java and other languages too. I would suggest, yeah. Yeah. So yeah, do you guys have any further doubts? Okay, let me just check the question and let me just check out the question. Okay, so if you don't have any kind of doubts, we can wrap up the session now. Did we end the session? Yeah. Thank you. Have a nice day. What is the main difference between a Java and a MERN? Uh, Let me just think of this answer, because let me, you know, there's as such no difference between, Java and MERN. MERN is different thing, and to be precise, if I say Java is a programming language, while MERN is the collection of technologies. In MERN, there are many things like, Mongo, Express, React, and many NoSQL, like these things. So MERN and Java, they are way different. So you cannot compare them. Development time, the MERN generally, if I have seen things that MERN generally take less time than the Java thing, uh, because Java is dedicated to multiple things, while MERN is dedicated to backend only. So these are the basic difference. If you want to go for the backend, you can go for the MERN, and if you go for the front end, backend, and if you want to be an independent developer, you can also use Java. So these are the basic difference. Okay. Yeah, Java and MERN are two different languages. They are not same at all. They are the different, aspect of the code, and MERN is generally for the backend, and Java is for the front end too. It is for the backend. It is an independent topic too. I hope you got the doubts. Your doubts are resolved. Yeah. But just yeah, no, I mean, sure, you can let me have the damage out. Uh, let me come to your doubt. Okay, let me just yeah. Bye. Have a nice day to you all. So I'm deploying. Yeah, Ramesh, you can get a job easily, but I already mentioned you have to ace Java, and you have to provide your skills a boost. By learning Java, different there are different techniques of Java. Okay, just tier companies hire monster developer. Yeah, if you monster developers do get job, and it is a good, good to be honest, good job. And to be honest, if I say that does top tier companies hire monster developer? Yeah, yes, they do hire the monster developers. It is not like that they don't require the monster developers, but at some point they are limited to the developers, because monster is not up to the mark, because it is limited to the backend. But Java is providing you the best upper hand from the other languages. So yeah, these are the things. Mernsec is also good language. You can go for that. I hope you are, I hope you all have resolved your doubts. If you have any further doubts, you can ask me, or else we can end the session. Should we end the session? Yeah. Yeah, please, Priyanka, go for it. Data analyst, good career option. Yes, data analyst is a good career option, but you have to ace in the SQL and NoSQL and in Python too. So these three topics, these topics should be up to the mark. Then after that, you can get a good thing, good placement for this job, I guess. Yeah. Thank you. So I guess that we should wrap up the class and have a nice day, all of you. Yes, you can go with the as a Java full stack developer. These things are completely independent. I would suggest if you have a career gap, it is not a bad thing. It will, provide you a specific time to, what you will have to do in the future. Okay. Uh, I would say that it is not going to impact, your skills as a full stack Java developer. Okay. So there is no need to worry about, I guess. I hope you have no doubts as such. Okay. So yeah, let's just okay. Sorry, Ankit, I just out. Yes, they could. They kind of considered. Say I already mentioned that they kind of considered you as a fresher, but will not be considered as a fresher because you have already passed out and you have done MTech. So they will ask you the doubts. The interview question will be hard for you. Okay, so these are the things that you have to mention out. I hope we should end the session. If you have any notes, then we can also go for the actually. Or else, okay. Thank you. So yeah, I guess that there are no further doubts. Okay. Yeah. Okay, sir. What are the languages we will learn for the full stack developer? For full stack, you have to learn, first when we come to the front end, they consider it like HTML, Java, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React. This is the front end basically. When you go to the back end, it is like MySQL, NoSQL, Python, Java. This is for the backend. For the database, we use Python and NoSQL, NoSQL. And for the AWS, there is this language AWS, which is known as the name of the language AWS only. You can go for that. So these are the things that you have to consider for as a full stack developer. So it is around 7 to 8 different languages that you have to learn for a full stack developer. Okay. Java. I will suggest you go for the Java, not Python, because Python is limited. Okay, so should we wrap up the session? Okay, so I guess that we have completed doubts. Okay, so full stack developer takes minimum 2 years, course. It takes time to be a good full stack developer, to be honest. Full stack developer takes time to create things. So I would suggest take time by learning the full stack things. Okay. First go for the front end, then for the back end, and then for the other things. Okay. Yeah, it is possible in like 8 months too, but you have to dedicate yourself. Okay. You have to dedicate approx 16 hours a day. If you can dedicate yourself 16 hours a day as as a full stack developer, you can get a job easily within 8 months only. What suggest. And you also have to, is the things. So I guess that we should wrap up the session. Have a nice day.